Hello, and welcome back. Happy Saturday to anyone who is here. Thank you so much for joining us, as per usual. We're going to run through our quick introductions and any announcements that we have, and then we'll fucking pop back into this bitch. So, as per usual, I am Foos. I am the DM for this adventure, which we call Difficult Terrain. And I'm excited for the festival because we're still in it. It's a good time. It was a real dark episode last night, so going from legacy to this is kind of nice right now. Anyway, I'm gonna let Nenners introduce himself, the darkest campaign holder right now.
That is lies, and that is slander, I believe, because it isn't written down yet. So I'm gonna subpoena you later. Anyway, I'm Nenners. Sometimes Netterino, sometimes Nenario, depending on who's talking to me. But I play Valen Dantiak. He is a Gith wizard, Gith Yankee wizard, although he's really just kind of a dude, really. Doesn't have too much of that culture in him. Anyway, he's desperately trying to keep his friends alive. He's kind of a gimp, and there's been a bit of an issue where we're going to be in a place where there's no magic, and he's very concerned about that. But he's doing his awkward thing at the party right now. Going to see what happens. I'm going to pass it off to the mighty Vogelstadel.
Thanks, Dennis. I'm Vogelstadel. I play Nirja Zaran, the Battlemaster fighter Dragonborn, who has no soul, probably, and that may be a great asset right now. And she is trying to stave off Irene's suggestions to go to the spa for whatever reason, and starting to get suspicious at this point, and they're going to play some games. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to Frandiferous.
Hello, my name is Frandies, and I do the thingies that is usually chaotic, and sometimes it goes well, most times it does not. I play Ryland. He's a paladin of Myliki, and he does things very unorthodoxly, especially as a paladinis. And his best friend is Rusi. She's a blink dog, and she's her best friend, his best friend. I can nouns and verbs and adjectives properly. I don't even think I used the right words for any of those. And nope. I'm gonna pass it off to the papaya.
My papaya.
Hello, I'm Maya. I am the one that plays Irene Kaikala. She is a water genasi sorcerer who is being tugged in about 45 different directions because there's a phoenix inhabiting her body, as well as contact with nethermancy. You shut up, chat. And as well as some influences with Ayala, and now she's in Mzuri, and she has family pretty much on every corner of the globe now. Despite being a former orphan. So it's very interesting to play. Also, Foos finds new ways to dramatize her every other episode. So
how dare you?
You act like it ain't true.
It's not true. This is a great time. Everyone's having a great time. Everything's fine.
For now.
For now. This is how it goes. Anytime something good is happening, this whole team is just like, when are you gonna bring down the hammer, Foos? I'm having a good time. And you're just going to sweep the rug right from underneath me. And it's going to happen. But I'm just asking when.
Don't act like we're out of line.
Yeah, we would normally pass it on to Dubs, who is our... I think he might be actually coming back. So maybe I'll have him shout his introduction as he's coming back.
He's muscles.
He's getting laundry right now because I was supposed to get laundry. And he was very nice to go get it. Because then after all the other things I was doing, I forgot about it. Oops. But... okay, I don't know if he's coming in time. Anyway, who is not here right now is Dubs, and he plays the half-orc cleric named Kodrono. So he will be joining us very shortly, and we're going to hop into a little bit of the recap here, which was, once again, very nice and lighthearted. The team had been kind of... Stop it. The team had kind of finished... their long rest, and knowing that they had to get a couple of things done during the day, and especially after fighting some of Nirja's demons in her mind, a lot of cooldowns were kind of burnt through, so the team definitely needed a break. And they also needed to visit the Mzuri tribe, which is the tribe that Ryland hails from. So going back to his Furbolg family, who for the very first time in centuries have let in what would normally be strangers, but because of the adoption of one tabaxi child by this entire group, everybody is now considered family in this tribe of furbolgs. So letting everybody in for the first time in centuries, the family decided to throw a sort of celebration for not only this momentous occasion, but also as a sort of welcoming for all these new family members to the Mzuri tribe. And also being there, a few sort of business things were taken care of, one of which was the letter that was sent to the chieftain of the tribe from one Mirtiswa, asking him to arrive at the party. But after some discussion with the elders as well as the preventers, they decided to answer that Hasina, the chieftain in training, one of the chieftains in training at least, would go in his stead and also bring, it's not the irate Swami, despite what people may say in chat, it's not that.
You had three of us at the same time say the same thing.
Name. It's his code name, all right? You don't know if his name summons him or not.
You know that Mirtiswa is his code name in the irate Swami.
I saw it come up 3 times and I was like, all right, now I have to say something. It comes up once, it's fine. If it's 3 times, then it's like, listen.
It's true.
Asking them to go to the party, and they agreed to send their chieftain in training, Hasina, as well as a few of the sort of royal guard to go with. And that meaning that they would likely see you at the party, but after that, they decided to kind of drag you along to the festivities. And there have been some sticky buns eaten by some. Kodrono went to kind of fill up his plate full of food. There have been some of you have been speaking with some of the elders that you met not too long ago. But overall, it's just a nice kind of mingling and mixing of the different cultures and the new people who are there. But everyone seems to be having a good time. Even the owl bears that you guys have rescued from your trip to the underbelly of the city, basically 2 or 3 days ago. But with everyone here and sort of excitement and spirits kind of high right now, we're going to kind of pop back into this scene. And before we do, I'm going to remind people that Irene and Valen, the two of you, have the inspiration for tonight. So keep in mind that those are the ones that expire at the end of the session. So make sure you use those whenever you can. So we're going to kind of pop back into this. Everyone's kind of in different places. So I'm just going to kind of run through everybody and make sure you guys know either what you want to do or where you're going. And then we'll kind of like delve a little deeper into the dive a little deeper into each of the scenes. So I'm just gonna start from left to right, and at the very top left is Ryland, who is currently with his parents. If I remember correctly. I know. Oh, sorry. I didn't even move you to the map. Yeah. So you guys are like, what the hell? I apologize.
Look, are you talking about the layout?
All right, hold on. I gotta throw you on one map first and then the other because I have too many maps. So there we go.
Oh my God, we're teleporting! Oh no!
It's okay. Don't panic.
Yeah, right. Swami strikes again.
Okay. But yeah, just like seeing Flandy's face because I was like, Ryland's at the top, and he was like. I'm like, I fucked up. I'm sorry. Here you go. But moving over to the festival map. You are currently with your mom and dad. You were kind of chatting with them, Chega and Kahia.
Yeah, we were about to go lose to Cambiche at arcade games or whatever.
That sounds about right, actually.
There's a bit of an echo.
Thank you. Yes,
with Flandy it was. And me.
Is everybody echoed?
Not you.
Please use fixing it. It was at her end. You're good.
Okay. Cool.
If you hear someone echoing, it's not their fault, it's someone else's. So if you hear Flandy echoing, he's not the cause of it. It's likely someone else, which at this point was mine.
Okay.
But
there's the trauma already.
But all fixed. So you were heading over to the games as well. So that's essentially what I'm getting from Ryland.
Yeah, we were talking about beating each other at games, and Chega was like, "Nah, you're definitely gonna beat me." I was like, "You know who's gonna beat both of us?"
Yeah,
Cambiche is.
Correct. So you and Chega, I'm just gonna kind of move you guys over to the other side of the map, just so I remember where you guys are going. Right over there. And then I'll just kind of go down, which is Kemin and Valen. Were you heading somewhere, Nanners?
Valen is well. They were talking about getting spells
Yes.
scrolls, basically, so we can learn. He
Yes.
said after the thing. I'm trying to think what he wanted to do afterwards. I think he was told to eat by Treebender, so he might grab some food in a bit.
Yes, Treebender told you to eat more than once. But yeah, so do you think Valen is going to be heading off towards the food now? Because spells are for later.
Well, yeah, because he can't. Only because he can't do anything progressive at the moment. So,
Correct.
I'm in a resigned situation. He's just gonna be like, "Oh, I guess we should get some food, Kevin."
Kevin is very excited for that, and is just kind of happily, but like very politely, kind of waiting to go get some food with you. So I'll say that the two of you are kind of moving down to get the food. Moving over to the right, I know that Irene, and Nirja, and Kambish were going to go participate in some games. So I will be picking up with you in just a moment. Kodrono, at the bottom right, was eating, and Keone was going to chat with you. But I will say you did notice that your teammates have kind of all migrated over to like the little game festival section. So you're welcome to join them or to kind of like sit and enjoy your meal.
How much did I eat all of it?
You had some time to eat for sure. You know, I would say you probably finished your first helping. It is very like buffet style, so you can always go back and get more later.
Then I will migrate over with them
to the games. All right, so we'll move you over there. And okay, so I'm gonna have Valen kind of shimmy down here or whatever, but I'm gonna pick up with Valen first, and then I'll pick up with the rest of you because the rest of you will all be in like one spot. So I will come back to that. But for Valen, you have kind of gotten a bit of a taste of the food that the Furbolg tribe creates, mostly because Kahia, being Ryland's mother, has prepared food for you before and has sort of like given you guys an opportunity to feast. This is an expansion upon that. There's foods that you've never even seen before. The smells are intoxicating. There's some that are very, very fruity and some that are really savory. But there's something about all of them that just feels very sort of like cozy and almost like comfort food in a way, even though you can see it seems to all be made of like very healthy ingredients all across the board. And you would probably understand without being very confused, but there are plenty of selection, even in terms of meat or meatless or fruits and veggies and nuts and such. There's a whole spread, and there are people behind a lot of these sort of little tables that are set up, sort of handing out the food to you, whether that be like ladling something into a spoon or a bowl, but there does seem to be sort of like a little table with bowls and utensils there that you can pick up, which you immediately see Kemen kind of like grab about like 3 bowls and 4 plates and just like hand you a few. Hey, are you ready?
I think you overestimate how much I could eat, but yeah, let's go. You take the lead. You're. I think this is a passion for you.
I think it should be a passion for everybody.
I can see that.
Yeah, who doesn't like eating?
There's so much to do, though.
There's so much to put in your mouth right now. Like, look at this. Kind of like motions over to the food.
Okay. Like I said, you take the lead. I'll just follow what you do.
I think you. Okay, fine. You know what? I will this time, just because I think you need to see how it's properly done, and then you can follow suit. With a giant grin, you see him kind of going to like literally every single stop. It's kind of intended that like, you know, you get a meal or two or whatever, but like he's pretty much picking up about 4 or 5 meals worth of food. Which he manages to kind of balance between his arms, but every time he gets food, he's just like, this smells amazing. Get that too. Get that one. Get that one. Like, almost the whole time. Until probably your plate is maybe too much, too full, most likely.
Yep, there it is.
Are you really gonna eat all of that?
Yes.
How?
with my stomach. You eat. I mean, do you not? I feel like this. Okay, this might be a problem too, because you're so little. We should make sure you eat more.
I think that ship has sailed, but
I mean, it's not like you can grow in other ways. We can bulk you up a little bit. We still have to continue your training.
Yeah, horizontally.
That's true. That's all true. See, there's so much to do. All right.
No. This is doing, right? You put the food in your mouth, you get some energy, and you might bulk up a little bit. We'll just do some push-ups after this so you can retain the protein and put that towards something.
Yep. That's what I want to do.
Come on.
Okay.
It kind of like drags you over towards some of the tables so you can like sit and eat. And there are a few elders that are still sort of sprinkled in at the tables, and other furbolgs that you haven't met yet. But Nubs, I don't really know where he is, but he's talking. But yeah, you're welcome to sit wherever you'd like. But as you're kind of walking out with the plates like heaping piles of food on it, you do see Katahi, the chieftain, kind of with one of a bowl of soup, it looks like, just kind of talking to the woman who had served him, but seeing the two of you. Enjoy the food.
Yeah, I plan to. My brother is very excited.
I can see that. We have plenty, so don't ever feel guilty.
Okay, thank you. I was feeling a little guilty, I'll be honest with you, but yeah, thank you. This looks great.
You see him just kind of smile and like gently kind of motion you to sit down, but just kind of stays and enjoys his stew that he has in a bowl there. But I will have you kind of mosey over to the tables and say that you're eating.
He's gonna hang out by Wangu if he can.
Okay, yeah. She's definitely chilling.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to do that. I'll say that like when you're sitting down, you can see she seems to be kind of like grinding something, and something that looks almost like a mortar and pestle, but it's really kind of compact and almost looks like it's a mortar and pestle to go. But you see her kind of messing with something and then looking up at you. Oh, welcome. Have a seat.
Did you get food? My brother got enough for most of this table.
No, I doubt that, actually. Us furbolgs are known to put it away. She kind of snaps her and taps her belly.
Okay.
Put it away now.
But
Can
I did.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, he must be. That's fast, right? Like he's only been wandering for like 5 minutes, 10 at most.
Yep.
Okay. Can I ascertain just quickly what she might be messing with, just in terms of the ingredients? I don't think he can.
Sure.
He's not an alchemist, but
Arcana
might be able
or
to do that.
nature check?
Oof. Arcana all day.
Yeah, Arcana all day.
That's what we roll.
Okay, not bad. She seems to be working on some kind of, like, if you had to guess, like a salve or something. It looks like she was grinding something, but as she's adding to it, it's sort of kind of like thickening almost into like a hard paste of some kind. You're not sure the ingredients used in it. That would be kind of more the nature aspect of it.
Sure.
But just kind of seeing what she's doing, if you had to guess, like maybe it's some kind of healing paste or something. It looks like something that would be superficial to perhaps a body or a creature.
Gotcha. All right, he'll just keep that to himself for now and hang out and eat.
Yeah, good. She'll enjoy and eat with you. But moving everyone else over to the other side, for the those of you interested in playing the games, you can see a number of like little things set up in front of you. The first thing that you guys see is kind of a stand with about 6 boxes. I got there. Don't worry, I did it. With 6 different boxes, and on each one of them, there seems to be a potion with a different color. And there seems to be a woman behind who's sort of clad in robes and is just sort of smiling. And you see her handing some of them out to some of the other furbolgs who are attending and enjoying, in which some are being taking swigs at the moment, and some are kind of walking away with the potions. But you see that in one side. On another, kind of beside it and a little off to the distance a little bit. There's a table where there seemed to be what looks like an arm wrestling competition of some kind. Very lighthearted, but still smiles and a little bit of trash talking happening at the same time, of course. There also seems to be a little bit of a ruckus a little bit higher. And as you guys are kind of scanning and looking above the tree line here, you can actually see that some of the trees here seem to have stairs that are kind of added onto the sides of these trees, so these furballs can easily climb up some of the treetops here, or the trunks that are around it. But you can see a little bit higher up, there seem to be some festivities that are happening above ground. It's a little harder to make out, but you can still see that there's a few things that are happening up there too. But on the ground, what you mostly notice is the potions as well as the arm wrestling.
Awesome.
And that's for the festival group. So I would say Nirja and Irene are arriving first, I believe, with Kambish. So Kambish kind of being still very, very excited is just sort of, so what do you guys want to try first?
You know what? Irene's gonna like roll her sleeves up. You're like, I'm gonna do some arm wrestling.
Oh, cool.
Focused on toughening up. I gotta be ready for Kemet, so might as well start building that strength now.
These guys are strong. Some of them are. Most of them are strong. But you should try.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get demolished, but
but it's good to try.
I'm not known for being a coward, so let's bring it on. I'm gonna find the tallest, biggest furball and arm wrestle them down in front of everyone.
Yes.
In my
Okay.
own head. I'm going to terribly lose.
I love this very much. So are you trying to are you like visibly going to pick out someone and be like, hey, do you want to go arm wrestle?
Yes.
Okay, give me a quick perception check.
All right.
Can Nirja assist by trying to find someone
No.
whose arm is proportioned closest to Irene's, just so she doesn't have to
No.
deal with like a. All right,
I'm
fine.
looking for an easy win.
All right. I'm not here apparently.
She's going hard mode.
Okay.
There
we go.
So Foos, tell me why when you said go for a perception check, I was looking through my bookmarks for a page.
Why?
Oh,
I have a webpage called Perception Check. Don't worry.
I think I had that bookmark somewhere, right?
That reminded me to open my character sheet.
Oh,
Oh god, yeah, that's me all the time.
Oh, right.
That's awful.
Oh, okay. You're looking around for one of the bigger ones, but as you're like, you're literally in a village full of giants. Like everyone looks pretty big, and when you kind of walk up to one, there's one that seems like a little bit taller. The back is to you, so it's a little harder to make out. But when you kind of walk around, you recognize that it's a woman, and she seems to be maybe middle-aged or so. She seems to be kind of wearing like a tunic that kind of falls just like at the end of her shoulders, and in that like shadowy illusion, it made it look like she was jacked. But as you're kind of walking up to her, you're realizing those are just sort of like tattoos and decorations on the sides of her arms. She's not weak by any means, but she sees you kind of walking up and looks down. Oh, hello.
Hi. I was looking for an arm wrestling partner, but I don't even know where to start here. Would you begin?
Yeah, I would love to.
That's great. She's just looking up like how much is this person towering over?
She's a good average furball height, which is to say she's probably like 7'2".
Good choice. How tall is Irene again?
Irene is 5'9".
Oh.
She's a good foot and a half taller than you.
All right.
Up at her chin, like, okay.
Once this current group is done, we'll get in there.
All right, you're gonna destroy me, and it's gonna be fun.
Oh, you never know. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, I do know. This is about being brave. Because I know Kevin's going to beat me up pretty good. So,
Are you going to challenge your friend?
well, I just want to get some training in, be a little tougher. I could take a hit, but maybe not the best puncher in the world.
Oh, well, if you need some training, then you can always talk to some of our elders.
Yeah. I also talked to Names.
Yep. Wahoo. Or Hasina?
I'm not even mad. I dropped like 9 Kikuyu names on you last session, so it's okay. And that wasn't even last week, so I get it. It's okay. I'm not mad.
You're
I didn't
allowed to
even
fill
think
in the
of
blank with whatever name seems suitable to the situation.
Was it the combat elder?
No, actually, it was Flandy's friend.
The chief in training. That's Hasina. Yeah.
Beat him up in front of all of us. It was great.
Hasina, exactly. I know. You want to learn how to fight? Go talk to some old people. Our old people.
Our old people are pretty tough. They'll kick your ass.
But
I'll show you how to throw down them nuts.
In kind of talking to her, she seems excited. And as you're kind of just conversing, you start realizing that she seems to be kind of training under the druid elder, and is very much one who loves to just sort of like grow plants and is like fascinated with them. And at one point kind of like starts kind of pointing at the grass that you're standing on and like mentioning that they're very happy to be here, even though like they even know how to like move around feet sometimes, so don't feel bad. It's part of the natural process. So like you picked out this arm wrestler and she's just talking to you about grass for like 5 minutes until the table.
You're not really a big fighter. You're more of a botanist.
Well, I mean, we train in most things, so I mean, I can. I don't normally, but I can.
Do you enjoy it?
Kind of. It's stressful sometimes.
What about arm wrestling?
No, that's fun.
Oh, okay, great. As long as you're having a good time, I don't want to like have you around here suffering in silence just because I'm new here. You're trying to be nice to the new person. And also, what is the grass saying right now? It's interesting because I've never been able to talk to it, but my friend, well, you all know Rylan.
Of course.
Yeah. We've always watched him talk to the grass. And we never get the other side of that conversation, so.
Well, you'll notice that, well, maybe you won't notice. Most grass and plants don't really speak unless they are initiated in conversation. So for the most part, they're not really talking unless you talk to them first.
Oh, okay. But even then, you have to do so through special means.
Yeah, that's kind of normal. And as she's kind of smiling, you see the table kind of empty out for a moment. Okay, that I think that's us. Are you ready?
Trying to stretch arms. You're probably gonna pull my arm right out of its socket. Do we have a healer nearby?
No, we have plenty of healers nearby, and I won't hurt you.
Okay.
Do you want like a safe word or something? If it's not.
Nah.
Okay.
No, I got this. I believe, sort of, in myself.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. So you sit down at this table and you recognize you're at a bit of a deficit because the second you sit down, you realize this table is made for giants and you're like at the kiddie table all of a sudden and it's just like way too high for you. And there's just like a moment where they recognize that, and then like you see 2 furbolgs kind of shuffle away and then come back with what is essentially a booster seat for you. Setting you up at the table now, you're finally like aligned, and she kind of extends her arm a little bit. Just because if her arm was straight up, your hand would not reach that high.
Yep.
They seem to be making adjustments for you, and even though height has been taken care of, you feel a giant hand wrap around yours. The size difference is quite apparent to you, but the 2 of you kind of set up. She's kind of smiling the whole time. Okay.
She's gonna like actually go mental for a second. Like, Kanara, Do you feel as stupid as I feel right now?
Oh my god.
You don't get a verbal response, but you feel a sort of like no comment through your bond.
It's just like, great.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nirja is
Alright.
also. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Nirja is like standing by with Kambish like through this whole interaction, and she's just like partly mortified and partly amused. Like she really wants to see what happens, but she doesn't know. She wants to respect her friend's like decision, but she's just like over in the corner. Good luck.
Kambisha smiling brightly. You can do it.
Yeah, Kambish, I'm inspired by you because you're little, but you take on the whole world. You don't even care. So,
You can do it. Kind of cheering you on, but she holds your hand, and there just seems to be another Furbolg who is not quite like a referee or a judge, but just kind of the one who tells you when to go. So he just sort of looks at you and waits for your sort of ready signal. Then looks towards the other woman, waits for her ready signal, and when the two of you are ready,
she's gonna sort of be like,
give me a persuasion check on that, actually.
why am I persuading?
Because I want to see how she reacts to it. Oh, shit!
Is there a sparkle?
It is the most persuasive wink anyone has ever seen. But
yes.
with that, I will have
your bets on Irene. Probably got some dynamite packs in there, huh?
You will notice that there is not there doesn't seem to be any betting happening here. But go ahead and roll me your strength check, and she will also do the same.
This is gonna be hilarious. What?
Oh shit!
Let's go.
Oh my god.
You don't know whether it was that wink, maybe it took her off guard, maybe she is being nice with you, but the second you apply pressure, you feel this giant arm and hand wrapped around yours tremble. And Irene, I think you were ready for like a stern competition because you put your all into it like immediately, and like
just like she had to because it's a Furbolg.
And there is like a bit of resistance, but it is not the resistance you were expecting by any means. And honestly, the way I had this written is like you would probably have to make like you were going to make about 2 or 3 checks, but you got a natural 20 and she got a natural 3. So I will say swiftly, Irene, you feel your hand kind of place the back of her hand against the table immediately, and like cacophony of cheering erupts around you, and the loudest one is likely Kambish. She's just, I know you can do it. You did it. But
I think Irene's just gonna be confused. Like, what? Did she let me do that? Why? Why did you let me win?
I didn't mean to. That was you're stronger than you think.
What? No, I'm not.
You sure are.
He's looking like Hannibal Buress in that fucking cyberpunk game.
Oh my goodness. As all the like chaos and sort of cheering is happening, Kambish looks up at Nirja. Are you going next?
Well,
Wait,
now that you said
just one? I feel like that. You sure that wasn't a fluke?
Well, do you want to try again, Irene? And does your partner want to try again?
Oh, I mean, we can. I feel like the outcome will be very much the same. But best 2 out of 3?
Sure, because that. I don't think you were ready. Or
sounds like fun odds. Oh, sorry.
I was. Like you see her kind of like nervously react, but put her hand back up and get ready for another round. And as that's happening, Kambish is kind of poking Nirja's side. You should find someone. Or are you gonna go against Irene?
I mean, that would be fun. Although now I'm a bit.
Okay.
A bit nervous. Well, Kambish, why don't you help me choose? Why don't you help me find someone, okay?
Do you think you can arm wrestle Treebender?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't think his arm works that way. And
You're right. You should wrestle Vorum.
Vorum, right.
Go for it.
Apparently I did shove him pretty hard. No, but no. Help me find someone. What do you think?
What do you want? Do you want like one of the best? What do you want?
Well, I have to gauge. So how about somebody in the middle? Somebody you think in the middle.
Okay.
What do you think?
Hold on. And like as you say that,
be exciting.
he seemingly just like darts away from you guys, and in this sort of crowd of people, it's very easy to lose a 9-year-old tabaxi that's like disappearing in the sea of giants. But as he sort of vanishes, Irene and her friend are ready for round 2. So with the go ahead,
That's more normal.
we will. That's more normal. She has the same strength bonus as you, so ooh.
No.
Now it's reversed.
No.
Now it's reversed, people.
And she still have arms at this point.
Yeah.
Like that Mortal
Their arms still
Kombat
connected.
rips it out the socket like Jax. Like,
I'm gonna like. It was exactly probably what Irene was thinking in the back of her mind, which was like, she probably wasn't ready. She was probably very nice and she wasn't ready. And like, I feel like you had one of those like anime moments where like you looked up at her for a second and there was like a little glint in her eye when she was looking at you. And the second it started again, like the strength kind of came out and you were not prepared for it, or you thought you were. There was a little bit of resistance. You did roll an 11, so it's not like Irene just let it happen. But this time you feel your arm trembling before hers, and she does manage to kind of press you down. Oh.
see, that's what I was expecting. That's you. That's the real you.
Oh, I guess I just needed a warm up.
Yeah, exactly.
But
To not go easy on me?
I didn't mean to if I did. But it's best 2 out of 3, so let's try one more time.
All right.
This is it. You ready?
Ready. It's just like
So
she
random.
manages a straight face for like 2 seconds before she smiles again. Oh, like she locks eyes with you.
even though this is supposed to be a game, Irene's gonna try to game face her into laughing and then take it back. She's just like shaking and everything.
I would say give me a performance check and see if it throws her off at all. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad. I will say you do catch her by surprise a little bit. So I'm gonna say whatever number. Actually, you know what? I'll just roll a flat d20. I was gonna say -1, but I will just negate her +1, and she will just be rolling a flat d20 because she did get a little distracted from your eye game there. So go ahead and roll a strength check, and she will also roll one.
Wait,
not a
what?
save,
All
but a
right.
check.
I don't know why.
However, that is an 18.
Oh shit! Okay.
Holy
Nice.
shit.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh no!
Listen, if there was any time we wanted nat 20s from the DM against us, this is it.
I mean, fair point.
Who's is rolling crazy?
Keep it up,
right now.
dudes. Just go ahead and burn them all tonight.
It was a 3 and then 2 natural 20s back to back.
So she distracts her, she goes in for the kill, and then comes back with a stump. It's great.
I think this was a fight, honestly, because like it's close. It was a 20 and an 18, you know, like so. I think it was a struggle. I think that both of you were like trembling and shaking the whole time, but slowly, unfortunately, the size probably is making you lose right now. You imagined if had you been around the same size, that probably wouldn't have been this close of a match. But she does slowly kind of force you down, and your arm, your biceps are on fire right now. Or my set, excuse me. You didn't use 2 hands. It was just the one. So that one arm is.
Both of them are just like the counter torque, just ripped over.
Yeah, that's true. You're just like, it is on fire right now, but she does manage to set you down, and again, just like eruption of cheering. And at that moment, you see her looking over you. I guess you are very strong. But that was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was great. My arm was gonna explode. It was great.
Are you okay?
Arm is wrecked.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just a little sore. I'll be fine. That was fun. It was absolutely worth it. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. We have a lot of other things, and you have other people you can try against too. It doesn't have to be me.
Yeah, probably need to rest my arm for a good minute or two.
Oh, okay.
Before I get back up here. She's looking down from her booster seat.
Sorry, booster seat?
Did back up. She just hops over the booster.
Oh my god.
Thanks, everybody, and then like politely pushes it back to the tank. She knows she looks like an idiot. She's just taking full advantage of it.
You just look like a tiny child, basically. But towards the end of that, Kambish comes back to Irene with a very large, sort of greenish hand in one of his own hands. Well, both of his hands is around this giant hand, but he brings him up. This is one of the friends I met. He was training under Wahoo. He's strong. He's strong. You got like your eyes kind of follow the hand, and his fur and skin color seem to be kind of like almost a teal, but it's very pale. And you can make out very defined arms and sort of a barrel chest and larger belly. And he seems to kind of have sort of scraggly brown hair that curls and is just overall a mess of a mane of hair. But as he's standing next to Kambish, he's a sizable dude. Like you've seen, obviously Ryland is a strong, healthy furball. He's about his size, maybe like a touch larger if you had to guess. But
I think Irene's gonna walk up and just be like, I'd take him down myself, but I just finished a match, so I guess it's all on you, Nirja. Go ahead and get him.
And Nirja is just going to nod like that and then just say, reach out her hand in a salute and say, I am Nirja. What is your name?
As you salute, he bends over and hugs you.
Oh, my memory is very short, apparently. Yeah.
No need to apologize. My name is Thuetti, and I am so happy to meet you. I heard that you wanted to arm wrestle.
Irene's gonna walk over to the booster seat and pull it back.
So wait, Foos, how tall is Thuetti?
Thuetti is he is a little bit taller than the last. So he's 7'8", excuse me.
7'8", okay, and Nirja is like 6'5", so he's a good foot taller than she.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine the size. Okay, so I would let's begin.
My pleasure. And like as you're kind of walking over, you do see that Irene has set up the booster seat for you, so you're ready to go. There's a booster seat on one side, and then there's sort of like the regular furball seat on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just tall, but you absolutely needed it.
Yeah.
But God damn it. Are there any other guesses on the spelling of Thuetti before I put it on the screen?
Oh, he's definitely a professional Yeti thrower.
He throws Yetis. That's his name.
Maybe hold on.
280. Doves, get out of here. All right. Nenders, are you gonna give me one, or can I?
I got you.
You don't have to. I'm just asking, just in case you're gonna. You know what the worst part is? Nenders' dumbass is closest.
Oh,
it's Thueri.
That's Thueri.
Thueri. Oh my god!
The E becomes a long E. Vowel consonant vowel ooze.
Anyway, the two of
I
you
got
sit down, you on your booster seat and him on his non-booster seat. And he just kind of smiles and just, I'm ready when you are.
Right. Absolutely. And she holds out her hand up, and she, she's smiling. She's excited. This, feels very normal, like something they would do to wind down at the end of a patrol, things like that. If there was a table or if there was an appropriate set of rocks, if they were actually out in the field. So she's very excited for this. And it feels familiar. So what would you like from me, Foo? Strength?
Same exact thing, strength check. And also, just to be clear, because I don't know, for some reason it was just nat 20s or bust in the last round. Basically, depending on how close the rolls are, you're going to need a minimum of 2 rolls. It's going to be like 2 rolls in the same round, or 3 if it's kind of close the whole way around. However, if anyone gets a natural 20, that's a win. And oh no.
Yep. No, I'm going to be
try
obliterated.
to get Kambish to get on her shoulders and then come up close. So we can like get the bird's eye view.
Which again, because of like the height of the table with like a Kambish on your head, like Nirja, when you look to the side, you just see from like here up on Irene, and then from there is just Kambish on her shoulders.
Excellent.
We're watching intimately. So with your roll, I swear I hit enter, but I guess I didn't.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm done.
It's not a one-time thing, but initially when you start like looking over him, especially being a warrior of your caliber, you've seen like a trained physical body, and then you've also known like people who are just naturally strong, right? Like they don't necessarily train, maybe it's just what they do in their lifetime and like, their job or whatever it might be. He just seems like one of those like built kinds of like bodies essentially with very little training, but initially is kind of pushing you down and you find yourself about halfway down. But this next roll is to see if you can fight back or if he wins this round. So let's get another round of strength checks.
Let's do it.
Like one of those dudes that just like lifts the bales up for no reason.
All right, it's better.
All right.
Yeah.
With a burst of strength, Nirja, you push him back to the halfway point, so the two of you are back at the start. You see him kind of just smiling, just laughing his ass off and having a great time.
I see now.
The two of you shaking in the middle. Go ahead and give me another strength check.
All right, last one.
Irene's
I hope I
he's
roll.
after her.
Oh shit!
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh man.
Oh.
His laughter kind of heightens and you kind of start pushing him on his side, like gaining a little bit of confidence. And as that's happening, you hear him just kind of like erupt in laughter. That's not like demeaning, but just like jolly. He's having fun, essentially. And then you hear, let me show you how Mzuri do it. Kind of pushes you back down. But you do lose this round, unfortunately.
Okay. And she claps. She's like, that was great. That was great.
Everyone is kind of, like cheering and up in arms and such. But there's one especially that kind of like claps your shoulder, and you see it seems to be another Furbolg woman who is very large as well. But she's just, you did so much better than I thought.
And she pats her hand and says that, thank you. I'm actually, I think you're very good at this, and I love a good opponent. Do you want to try the other hand?
Are you talking to the woman or the one you just?
Oh, the Thueti.
Thueti. Okay, yeah. You see him, why not?
Yeah.
And he gets his hand ready again. And on the count of 3, the two of you get started. So go ahead. Left-handed arm wrestling.
Left-handed. Oh shit!
Hey! Let's go. Ooh, is close. But Nirja, you start learning some tactics. You focus. Like, he's getting pushed down a little bit. All right, let's go for round 2 and see if you can seal the deal, or if you push you back to half. Again, he seems to kind of rally and then push you back to the center with the two of you trembling. One last feat of strength from the both of you to see who clutches the title. of this second round.
Oh,
That's not a bad roll. That's not a bad roll.
Okay.
I'm rolling bananas right now.
Oh,
My
wow.
average is very high. I don't know why.
Why foods? You wanted to feel false hope so you could squash your dreams.
As the two of you stand and just shake while you're there, he again seems to kind of find his strength. And right when your hand is probably like an inch off the table, he just kind of locks eyes with you. You should come back and train. And then sets it down. You have much potential.
Was that like a Street Fighter victory call?
Something like that.
You see him kind of like shaking out his arm, like you definitely gave him a run.
7, 6.
She pats the table. This is how we say "well done," and she just pats on the table. At least for Dragonborn.
This is how we say "well done." Gotta lift you into another hug.
Hold on, can Irene give her more tokens so she can continue?
Put more tokens in the machine. You get them. But with the two of you at the arm wrestling station, I'm just gonna cut away for just a moment.
Okay.
Ryland and Chege, the two of you kind of on your way over. I would say you probably caught the very end of Irene's and all of Nirja's. But you're kind of walking up on the scene, and it just seems to be sort of a very happy ruckus.
He's just gonna kind of small talk. They're like trying not to distract because Cambish is enjoying and whatnot. So he's just gonna have small talk with Pops as it's going on. It's like, she's done quite a few amazing, like, and just go through like recounts of like creatures that she's helped kill and crazy feats she's accomplished while we're doing stuff. Like,
yeah.
And then like basically hyping both of them up.
Oh, it seems their talents are more specific, maybe, as opposed to a bunch of furbolgs who have nothing better to do than to arm wrestle each other. It seems like we've maybe put more practice into this. They seem like worthy combatants. So.
Very much indeed.
Are you gonna show them how to do it?
Oh no, that's definitely. It's he's gonna kind of do like it's been a while since I used the soul thing for that.
Come on! And you see him kind of like dragging you towards the table. At the very least, you could beat me and feel better about yourselves. Come on. He's dragging you over. You're welcome to fight because it's not like he's not full strength pulling you, but
he wants to play. We're gonna play. He's gonna be like, as he's going, he's like, who'd be really good at this? Kodrono. He's like,
actually, Kodrono, you were kind of heading over into the festivities as well. So, food in hand, yeah. So,
oh my god, he's gonna fucking. He's gonna be eating his food while he's like.
I want to see that.
Hands down. With
You're gonna try to arm wrestle with a greasy hand, just.
His hand's just gonna like slide out of yours or something. But I would say, Kodrono, you watched Irene and Nirja both arm wrestle. Unfortunately, neither of them. Well, Irene won the first one, and then after that did not work. Nirja unfortunately lost both. But you do notice that Ryland is currently being dragged over to the arm wrestling table by his dad, and you hear your name on Ryland's voice as he's walking by.
Good luck.
Check it, pause for a second to acknowledge that. It's just, see, that's fine. Let's go. And with the table open, he offers to have you sit on one side, him on the other.
He's like debating his head. He's like, do I take it easy on the old man, or do we win the fight?
Yell up, get him, Dad!
You see him look towards you. Ah!
Show him who's boss.
Hype himself up just a little bit. But yeah, he's gonna get in position and wait for your go.
Yep. Let's do this.
All right. So I'll have you
I
roll
feel like
first
he's gonna
again.
do like before the actual match starts, like as they're sitting down and getting ready, he's gonna like do one of those like father son like battles where like you poke him, jab him in the ribs or something like that. Like not a painful, just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ah.
Yeah.
Is
Just
it
like,
possible for Irene to like bolster the dad with a cheer? She's like, "You brought him in this world. Now it's time to take him out."
roll a persuasion check.
I feel like that would be disadvantage. Like, oh, we don't want to take him out.
Yeah.
We want him to stay.
Like that fire, you know.
Generally want to say, oh my god, what a fucking persuasion, Jesus. As you hear that, and like as Ryland, you were kind of like poking him and like playing on the way over, you see him kind of like pat his side where it's a little bit rounder than you remember it being the last time you saw him. You see him just like, as you can see, I have built up defensive padding for situations such as these. He takes a seat and kind of hearing Irene's cheering. So you see him like burst into laughter and then look at you and be like, I'm not trying to take you out. You understand that though, son, right? You understand this is
She's learning. She's learning.
okay.
She's rooting for you though.
I got the impression. But on the count of 3, you guys are ready to go. So I will need your strength check versus Papa's.
I don't want to fight you, Nat 20 machine.
I'm probably I feel like for the very first you feel the trembling on his side and you push him down probably like halfway. But you can see him kind of trying to like bolster himself up, kind of like rolling the other shoulder and just it's not won yet.
Can't let it in like this, Dad.
It's been a minute for you, hasn't it?
It has. I'm busy. We're gonna have another child soon, okay?
Good, you'll
Discipline
you'll
your
need
kid.
more practice, and he's just gonna kind of do like the playful jumps.
I like
You
it.
running wild. You gotta discipline your child.
Not a bad roll. Not a bad roll. Ooh, it is very close. I would say he probably pushes you back, not to the center, but
Yeah.
very, very close. But from there, it is a struggle. But you do manage to get the back of his hand down to the table.
It's like, there it is. There's the old muscle memory coming back.
And you see him kind of shaking out his hand. Oh man, what have you been doing with your hands? I'm pretty sure I just held a rock for the last 15 seconds. There's still
He's
sort
gonna
of
like deadpan. Have you seen Kodroto?
And you see him just kind of like look back at the half orc who is likely still eating at the moment. And just, I have. Do you want to go against him?
Oh no! And then he's gonna use that to kind of like sneak in. Ooh!
Oh, yes.
I mean,
Great.
okay. Instead of sneaking in, I feel like he's gonna like look over his shoulder, like forgetting that he's in the match, and just like, ah, shit.
Dice, they tell a story. They do.
No!
They do.
Dad came back. His hand was like there on the table, and from whatever distraction you did by accident, manages to recover.
His arms like lying there. He's like, I think you just signed up to play him next, though.
You see him just kind of like, oh man, I'm gonna have to. Oh, she's not even here. My wife isn't here to watch me.
Hit him
Wait,
again.
oh, thank you. You see him looking off to Irene, just very, very excited and smiling, but
Son over there wilding. You gotta teach him.
immediately stands up to hug you, Ryland. It's just that was good. I feel like you let me win, but I'll take it.
So yeah, I'll take that feel too. He's like, Kenbeast, you're up.
Wait, no, I mean, I can. Who am I going against?
He's gonna look and check.
Check it, looking back at you. Sure, come have a seat. We might need 2 booster seats for him. We don't have one his size.
It's just gonna be him with both hands, like he's pulling the lever, like.
Riley's just gonna hold Kenbeast, and he's gonna like kind of help him out with his hand, like while they're arm wrestling. He's like, "Gotcha, buddy."
Well, the good news is like he's already perched on Irene's shoulders, so it's just like a handoff at this point.
There you go. Take the child. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. I have to go huffing up his thing. It is. Oh, whoa.
There are no like furloughed children around.
There are, yeah, but like
Arm wrestles orcs.
This is Grandpa. You gotta fight Grandpa.
oh my god.
Crow.
Right.
He's not even a raven. He's a crow.
It's Crow right now. He's a Crow. So
It's messed up.
setting up this sort of playful arm wrestling that is literally between a tabaxi child and a grandpa furball. It takes a lot of work from both ends of the table. Both Chega kind of like extending his arms so far that it's like nearly just like flat against the table to be able to reach his sort of upward angle. But also Rylan holding onto Kambish and making sure that he has like height at the table and is at a good position. And with that, I'm rolling against myself, so this will be quite hilarious. But
my god,
they set it to go, and because Kambish is a child, they're allowing him to use both hands. So with both hands on Chega's one, Kambish is going to roll with advantage, and Chega will still be rolling flat. So
this is like a match to remember.
Ryland's poking in certain spots to help out, like help get the most powerful power transfers. Like, yeah, he's really sneaky. You got to get him right in here.
Adding to the advantage. It's great. Here we go. All right, so 15 for Kambish.
What? Why?
Yo, what's the count right now? Real quick. How many nat 20s have I gotten?
I think he's got 5. I think that's the 5th.
Holy shit.
Grandpa's over there. I hate kids.
Yeah, Foos has 4. Maya has 1.
Jeez.
Okay, 4. Sorry.
I would say like Chicken wouldn't make the round end immediately either. So like I think he would like feel the strength and be like, oh, and kind of like test it and push him down a little bit, but he's not gonna like fucking slam his hand down or anything. So
barbarian cheers.
The competition is still on, and I'm gonna say he's at like halfway, and Kambish is just like full on trying right now. And you are, especially Ryland, holding on to him. Like you are feeling a surprising amount of like effort coming from this child. But
activate your core. You got this. Yeah.
Near just starts chanting, "Come!"
You gotta lift him like Bruno's hammer. Get him.
Oh, actually, Nirja, give me a persuasion check. I want to see if everyone around starts doing your chant as well.
Okay. Persuasion. That's great.
I have if I can give her advantage.
1. Yeah, no. Okay.
What were you gonna say, Rylan?
I was saying I'm hopping in on that train if I can give her advantage.
Oh, okay. Sure. I would say, Nirja, you can roll again, or Flandy, you can roll once as well.
Can you roll? Because I have a +1, man. You've got how many to your charisma?
Oh no.
What do you mean? Oh no.
We're gonna. This is all right.
What do you mean?
It'll be fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
What are you nervous about, bro?
With that,
expecting that one.
You do manage to like get the crowd, everyone just cheering on Kambish, started by Nirja and sort of spread throughout everybody. I will say with this cheering, Chega will be rolling with disadvantage because he wants him to win now, but he also doesn't want it to be too obvious. So you can see him like trying, but not like really trying. So Kambish's next roll. Oh no, that was very bad. But I get to roll twice for him, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, we need lower than that for still kind of letting it be a very entertaining fight for everyone. Like he lets Kambish kind of like push him back over to his side and then pushes him back to the center, and the two of them are just like shaking the whole time. But I think Ryland knows well enough that like for Chega shaking, like it's like half real and then half theatrics. It's mostly just trying to make it look fun.
I mean, they're trying to be like a referee that's like announcing, which way will it go? This is going to be a match to remember.
Yes.
Ryland's being
stuck in
the
the middle.
coach is like, all right, now you got him on the ropes. He's trembling. You just got to wait for that perfect moment and then wham.
And then go! Yeah. And getting him like close to his side, Chega kind of like looks up at Ryland and just kind of gives him, I don't want to even say a wink, but just the look that he gives them. Ryland, you immediately understand that like Chega's going to throw the match in just a second. So with Kambish sort of low on his side, Kambish is going to roll one more time. Chega's not going to even try. But there we go!
Maybe Chege should try a little bit.
Now you have to roll. You have to see.
I will say, like, it's probably, Ryland, you're probably watching exactly what you did work against him in the same fashion, where he was looking at you, he was like, don't worry, I'm gonna throw this, holy shit! Like, he was fully going to throw the match, but was not ready for Kambish suddenly rallying and pushing as hard as his little body could. And then,
is he even in the table, or did he just like jump?
I kind of love the mental image of him like jumping out of Ryland's hand and like, yeah! Pushing his hand down. But I will say he stays down, but does manage to get Chega's hand down faster than most people thought, and with like an audible thud that for a second kind of like cuts through the chanting of Kambish before everyone like just pauses and then erupts once again into
a surprise victory out of nowhere.
Yeah. With Chega kind of laughing the whole time, you hear Kambish just, oh my god, I did it, oh my goodness. Kind of throwing himself.
You tricked that old man.
He kind of throws himself across the table to give Chega a hug. He just kind of carefully hugs him back and is just like, I think I need to retire this arm now. That's enough for my old bones right now.
It's like, he'll fake like he's healing his arm. Like, I got you.
Oh, yeah.
That was a rough face.
Nirja lifts Kambish in the air and like, you did it! He's just like carrying him to everybody.
As you, Lion King, your Tabaxi child. It is a loud, happy time throughout this sort of arm wrestling extravaganza at the moment. But as that sort of everyone,
here we go.
What'd you say?
How many demons? Who's you said?
How many demons? No, you're good. You're good. I'm gonna cut away from you guys at the arm wrestling. We're gonna hop back over to Valen and Kemen. Valen, you were eating and enjoying. Wangu has been kind of every now and then just kind of chatting with you about various spells, what her preferences are, which ones she thinks that you need to pick up. And, some important ones here and there. But Kemen has somehow housed most of the food that he had on his plates and is still kind of working through like the last few at the moment. But you guys can hear the just loud cheering on the opposite side. And towards the end of it, you hear the Kambish chant, and then at the end, Kambish is raised up above the arms of everybody, and you can see him just like happily accepting all of the cheers. But Kevin just looks over his shoulder. Well, they're having a good time.
Yeah, they're having a great time.
Yeah, you should finish eating so you can go have a good time.
No, a good time to me is figuring out how to keep you all alive in 2 days.
Well, we'll have plenty of time for that. It just when was the last time you've been to like a party? I guess. See, you didn't really get to experience it very much because we kind of do that, in the astral, and you didn't really get that very much. So I feel like you don't know how to have a good time.
Well, we were at this kind of marketplace, which kind of had a bit of a party atmosphere, but also had a good deal of demons on it too. So, I haven't really had a situation where I can let go, and I don't think I will until most of this nonsense is done.
I don't think there are any demons here.
I agree, and I would like to keep it that way, but
what are you going to do to stop a demon from coming here if they decided to come here?
I mean, technically, I could banish it.
Yeah, but that's after they're here.
Well, I mean, it's clearly like it's what is it? What's the preventative? It's not preventative. It's reactionary.
Right. So, right, you should have fun.
How about you go over there and have some fun?
No. I mean, once this wears off, and he's kind of like motions to himself with the like being able to speak to everybody as tongues was cast on him. Once this wears off, I am capable, kind of speaking to people. Not great, but you know.
I'm gonna pick that spell up when I get the chance, and you'll have it more often in the future.
All right, no, that's fine. That's fine. Dude,
Actually, I wonder if Kurugu could help us with that. Thank you. Gave me an idea.
Oh,
I'm gonna take out
no. He kind of tries to like whack the quill out of your hand. Just could you please just not like for like a moment. Just okay. Look, you have to finish your food. He kind of looks over at Wangu. I'm really sorry if this is rude, but he needs to not do this for a moment. And like she's just kind of smiling and is still sort of like mixing something. She took out a few vials of some kind. Seems to be like expanding on whatever she was mixing up a moment ago. Oh, don't worry, it's fine. I think I agree. You're becoming a bit of a stick in the mud, my friend. So you should go enjoy some time. I guarantee you will never have another welcome ceremony from a Furbolg tribe that has not let anyone in for centuries in your lifetime. So if you could make this a memorable one, I think everyone would appreciate it.
Okay, fine. I just get gonna quickly jot out what what he's doing and like.
But like as you're kind of walking away and Kemen is kind of finishing his meal, if you're about to open your mouth to like even say something or protest, you open your mouth just long enough for like a piece of bread to kind of be shoved into your mouth. Finish eating. Come on, let's go. Dragging you over, but as he's doing so, waves over his shoulder to Wangu. It was very nice to meet you. She just raises her staff in return. But you are currently being hauled over. A little bit of food still there, and Kambisha's cheers still kind of running through the crowd.
So there's an arm wrestling contest going on. What else is going on?
You do see there's a stand with 6 different potions on 6 different boxes where a woman is kind of like asking what they want to choose and handing them one. There also seems to be more festivities that are above ground. You can see that there seems to be sort of stairs or climbing apparatus to go up the tree, and you can hear some more celebrating up there.
Okay, yeah. Has there been a lot of alcohol here?
From what you've noticed, just kind of looking around, very little. If there is, it does seem to be sort of like the wine variety, and it's definitely not the like chug kind of environment. It's more like they're enjoying it on the side of their like sticky buns or whatever else they're eating while they're there.
Is it mead? In addition to wine?
You have not recognized any mead specifically.
No.
The potions, are they like just being given out to have, or is it a like?
As you're watching, you can see some like kids are kind of walking up, and you see this kind of really tall, lanky-looking woman with longer robes leaning over and kind of speaking to each one of them, and she seems to be as bright and smiley as pretty much all the other Furbolgs here. But as the kids come up, you hear her saying, "Oh, which one would you like to try?" And once they kind of point towards one, she picks it up and "That's for you." And each time someone asks or says anything, she gives them one, and they seem to walk away with it. Some of them drink it immediately, but some seem to kind of just pocket it away and like giggle and run away. But they do seem to be given out. And as she hands those out, you watch as in its place, as she's sort of leaning over with that same bottle in her hand, you watch as another one's kind of appears where that other one was. But they kind of walk away with them, and she seems ready for whoever else might come up.
That's fascinating. Is that some kind of loading system?
Are you asking her?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no. Do you want to know what it is? It kind of takes some of the magic out of it, but if you need to know, I can tell you.
I kind of need to know.
Oh. Kevin beside you is like, he can't help himself. Just if you don't mind. Can you tell him, but not like tell him? Do you know what I mean? She just kind of like looks between the two brothers, the Githyanki brothers, and I'm not sure I do, but what I will tell you is that the secret is these aren't potions. They're actually sort of little spells, essentially. So what they take is simply an illusion, but they do get the effects of a little spell.
That's adorable.
It's more fun that they see a potion. Do you want to try
For
it?
sure.
Kind of reminds me of Brophy's thing.
Looks at Kevin.
He's just nodding like enthusiastically.
Sure, I'll try one.
Me too, if you don't mind. And she kind of gestures towards all of them. They all look identical when you're looking at them. There doesn't seem to be any changes whatsoever. But Kevin just kind of, I don't know, that one. And he goes to pick one up. And as he's holding it, you see him grab a potion, and it very much looks like a potion. So this is an illusion, but it's like a and you hear him like flicking, and it sounds like glass, and like you can hear the water sloshing around. I don't understand. This is cool. Which one are you taking?
That one. He'll pick for the one that's closest to the left.
All right. Roll me a d6, and
No.
he will also roll because he took one as well. Magic drugs, the best drugs. Okay, naturally.
Yep.
Where were you last night?
Yeah.
Okay. From Valen's perspective, being in this, very colorful, unusual environment for him, his background and everything, like this is nothing that he's ever experienced. What do you think is like something that has really popped out to him, physically at least? Maybe like a color or like some of the clothing or whatever, like something that he could have looked at and maybe stuck in his mind for whatever reason.
Probably the outfits, right? I imagine it's like a lot of like jubilant, free-flowing, functional armor type stuff that he would be used to.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so as you hold this, even though it is an illusion, you understand that you do have to kind of drink it in order for the spell to kind of take effect. And you do see Kemen immediately drink his. And at first and as he does so, the bottle is empty, and then it just seems to kind of waft away into like a soft sort of greenish looking magic that goes off. And okay, so is it like now, or? And as he's saying that, you see him like his whole entire body just seems to glow just a little bit.
You know what's great is you're still wearing that leprechaun hat. So
that's correct. Yes,
I still got the party hat.
Yes, you do.
Take a look at your arms.
What the heck is this? This is great. Hey, you'll never lose me now. That's cool.
That's great.
And we see him like he puts his hand
horrific foreshadowing.
No.
As he's putting his hand in front of your face, you're looking down because it kind of like gets in your way a little bit, and you notice that you are suddenly wearing clothing that seems very reminiscent of those around you. It is still kind of in the vague shape of your robes, but the colors, the patterns, and like even the material seems to be different now.
Oh, this is a really neat trick.
Hey, you look nice.
Goes great with your hat.
That he can't see you, but everybody else can. But she sort of like smiles and just, oh yeah, it's a simple one, but it's kind of cool, don't you think?
This is very, very neat. I'm honestly quite impressed.
And don't worry, the effects aren't permanent, so you don't have to worry.
I wasn't worried. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you need help with anything while you're here?
Oh no, this kind of runs itself. I just stay here and act spooky if they want me to act spooky, or act fun if they want me to act fun. It's just part of the gig.
Understood. Well, thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome. And I will say, towards like the end of this, the arm wrestling has finished, and those of you who are there, which is literally the whole rest of the team, so Irene, Ryland, Kodrono, and Yurja, you do see a slightly glowing Kemen, and Valen, who seems to now be wearing clothing very similar to the other furbolgs in the area.
Oh, look at you letting loose.
Having fun?
They had to twist my arm, but I'm giving it a try.
It's about time.
Imagine you mean literally.
Keep doing it. You seem still too serious.
I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying.
He's trying.
I gotta say, your outfit looks great with your hat. It's amazing.
Oh, I forgot about the hat. Yep. I've been a leprechaun this whole time.
So what'd you try? Can I? Did you? Which?
Oh, this lovely lady over here has a bunch of potions that are quite interesting. I'd highly suggest it.
Ooh.
Interesting. Well, hey.
Sorry.
You'll find out.
I'm sorry, Maya. I've been doing that to you all night. Please continue.
Okay. Irie's just gonna be like, oh, ominous. Just...
Would you like to try one?
Absolutely. I told something interesting will happen.
Of course.
But she kind of like motions and you're free to try it. Anybody else who would like to try, you are welcome. But go ahead and roll me a d6.
Rylan's
Hell
gonna try
yeah.
and talk Kambish and Valen into arm wrestling, and then he'll try one.
Okay. All right, I'll have that happen after they roll these. I'll go into it.
Because I got high.
All right, sounds good.
Because I got high. Oh shit!
I forgot I'm still on the stick.
The stick, yeah, great. That sounds.
So do we just see a stick float over and drink a potion? Float away.
I was
Oh
making
my
fun of Valen for being a stick in the mud.
All right. So for each of you, I'll do it in the order that we got them at least. So Nirja, as you grab your potion and you take a swig, essentially, it also seems to just kind of disappear into a brief bit of arcane as the illusion breaks. But as you drink this illusion of some kind, you feel kind of exuberant and energetic, almost as though you like had coffee very recently and it's just like hitting you right now. Like you feel like you have energy. You're still focused and like still yourself, but you feel like, hey, I got my like second wind almost. And kind of seeing your expression, you see Kambish next to you.
I think that's the one I got before.
Oh, you got this one.
Huh?
Are you trying another one this time?
I don't know.
Okay.
Later, maybe.
Okay.
But you feel very energetic at the moment. And Irene, as you take yours, it takes a second because you see like Kemen visibly glowing. You see Valen in different clothing. And Nirja, you kind of see her body language and her eyes kind of like open up and look a little bit brighter, a little more energetic. And for you, there's a moment where you're like, all right, so I'll look down at myself, let me see what's going on. And you start noticing that like in your vision, colors seem just much brighter than you remembered. And at first it almost feels like it would be overwhelming, but it actually winds up being kind of beautiful. The village is very, very colorful, as is the clothing that is here. And even like your own tattoos and marks on your skin seem to kind of like dance and swirl with a little bit of like extra color. So for at the moment, color is sort of like heightened for you.
Sweet psychedelics, baby.
You high
I
as
can
fuck.
hear sound, yo.
So,
I can hear
Irene's
colors.
just, like,
I can hear
winking
sound.
and just
That's
kind of
normal,
like
Valen.
looking at everybody around her. She kind of like walks up to Nurge and just like, "You are glittering right now. It's amazing.
Oh,
Never stop glittering.
oh, I will not.
It's amazing.
Hey, let's try another game. Let's try another game. Let's go.
What?
Try another game.
Sure.
Try another game. And then she picks up Irene and then like just moves
What?
to and then just moves to whatever other like she's holding Irene like this and like looking around for another
We need to get you more of these. Oh, you are so colorful. I love everything. Valen, you are so colorful.
as they go off somewhere.
You watch as High Irene is dragged off by like cocaine Nirja. It's like runs off.
Oh my god. Yes.
But, would say like you do know that like the rest of the games are kind of up in the trees, so I imagine Nirja is like Sonic the Hedgehog her way up the stairs.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's like
Winding her way
full on.
up.
He's like holding out holding out Irene out in front of her. So just
This is great. Whee!
It is just a swirl of colors for Irene right now. It's like everything's heightened and you're just being like dragged along very quickly, and it's I'm not dragged, carried, but yeah, it is.
You walk past somebody like you have the best face.
This is because you're getting carried. You're just like, I love your face.
so many drugs.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so as that is happening, Ryland, you take a swig from yours, and you've had these sort of carnival games happen before, so you kind of know what they entail, and in some cases you know what's going to happen, but not all of them. This particular one, you haven't really experienced before. You've experienced the sort of glowing, you know about the colors and such, and the energetic, a lot of sort of harmless things. But in looking over Valen and seeing how his clothing had changed, you don't recognize it initially because you don't really see anything changing or feel anything changing. But whoever is still there, which I imagine is just like Valen and Codrono at the moment, in Ryland's home village and where he is at the moment, you recognize that as the illusion takes effect, the markings on his face disappear, and you see the full natural tattoos of Ryland's face. For
You know me so well. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I was gonna say like the armor, like do what?
Your face is your face again. Except Irene's not there to see it because you
Nope.
always have to fix it.
Irene has been accosted.
I was gonna say, yeah, Ryland like is back in like normal clothing that he would use back in the day, like no armor, no nothing, like full blown, like I'm home.
Mm-hmm. Sort of casual attire, yeah.
Look at you. I don't think I've ever seen you without, well, as you are.
Your face fucked up.
You get time out for that one, Maya. That was me.
The best part is that took my brain to there's face fuckery afoot.
Oh
boys.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Mutes. Ryland be like, sometimes you just gotta let go, brother.
Well, you got to work
Looks like
harder.
You're starting to.
We got to
What'd you
figure out how to, like, everything that like changes shifts. Like his focus is like, oh, your face. I haven't helped you in that. I haven't worked on that in forever. And he's like starting to like, well, that illusion works. So he's just trying to like, you can see like he's not writing anything down, but in his mind it's already going like
Yeah.
different angles of
Hey,
attack. How it can do this.
Hey, Kimbish.
Yeah.
I bet you could take Valen right now. Look at how distracted he is.
Hey, Valen,
Yeah.
do you want to arm wrestle?
I mean, you don't want to beat up your uncle, do you? Your dad, whatever you want to call me. I don't think this is gonna work very well.
Oh,
He beat Check.
I went against my granddad.
Yeah, he just kind of shows him his like skinny guitar. Like, you, sir, are far more athletic than I ever was.
Ryland's just gonna pipe in and be like, and we're letting loose, right?
Oh, hey! If you don't want to arm wrestle, do you want to do some of the other games?
Sure, I'll do another game with you. What do you have in mind?
Yeah, you have to promise. Okay, we can race. Well, they have a few upstairs. We can race snails, or we can do flow grab.
We could hold on. Did you say we could race snails?
Yeah. Do you want to race snails? Come on.
Kind of like crash.
How big are these snails?
They're not very big.
He kind of grabs you and rushes off with you as well. Making sure that those are all the potions that I've gotten from everybody. Yurja and Irene are already on their way off. So they're going. Kambisha's starting to pull you over. Ryland, are you following suit or are you doing anything else?
He's definitely following suit. Before we left, he wanted to ask Rusi and Treebender if they wanted a potion too.
If they wanted what?
A potion.
A potion. Treebender will know, but Rusi would be like, "Yeah, all right, yeah. I can drink a potion." Okay, hold on. She's kind of walking over. Let me see what she gets while everyone is doing other things.
Oh, nice.
With a 3. There's a pause as she kind of like takes the illusion bottle in her dog mouth. And kind of like basically like does a shot, essentially kind of shoots it back. And with that, like again, the sort of misty arcane magic kind of disappears from it. And right after that, you see her dog eyes widen for a bit. Oh, wow. Oh, I remember this. Yep. Mm-hmm. Everything's very pretty.
I feel like she initially went for the caffeine one, and Ryland like kind of nudged her just a little bit. Change course.
Like you see her kind of staring at your face. It's very pretty.
Do you remember it looking like this?
They did once. I remember.
Yeah.
Wow.
We gotta go watch. They're gonna grow away snails.
Oh, okay. I'll meet you up there.
Race?
You'd lose.
He just starts bolting.
You see her blink away.
He's hoping the extra colors will distract her blinks.
I think it does, but not enough. Unfortunately, Ryland gets roasted up the tree. But
we got a posture check.
We got a posture check.
Yeah,
that's correct. Make sure you're not slouching. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'm just gonna Starship Captain right now.
Everyone's gonna just
Engage.
But I will say, Kevin does follow as well. But as everyone's coming up, the first two to really be up there is obviously the ladies. So Irene and Yurja, you can see that there seem to be 2 different kind of games that are set up along the tops of these trees. And now that you're here, you're also recognizing that even within the village itself, there seemed to have still been sort of illusion in place. You could see the treetops and they seem sort of like regular sized and what you were expecting. But as you're kind of following up the stairs and the pathways that lead up these trunks and up to the top, you see that the trees up here are much larger and much thicker, to the point where the branches that kind of spread between them form like a walkway network for furbolgs. So like these are basically giant size walkways between just like trees that are all kind of interconnected amongst each other. And like there seems to be natural fungus and even some that initially you're like, oh, they have lamps up here. That's nice. But you're starting to realize that it seems to be one particular vine that grows out of the tree trunk and like hangs. And from there seem to be some kind of fruit that has done nothing but attract fireflies that are kind of acting as a lamp on the certain parts of these treetops that you're on top of, essentially. But as you're walking around,
so much greener up here. Do you see those fireflies? So nice. The dance. Your dancing is so nice. You see these colors? It's amazing. And
yeah, they're great.
You're glittering. It's so great. You're glittering the fireflies.
It really is.
As you guys are taking it in, you recognize that there seem to be like 2 stations up here that are kind of getting the excitement at the moment. And one of them seems to be one that's like, it kind of faces away from the festival. But you see that there seem to be people who are jumping off of these branches, and then like you see a woman on the other side kind of casting a spell, and you watch as they slowly start to float to the ground. But as they do so, they seem to be kind of reaching for certain things on the trees, and you realize that they're kind of grabbing little statues that are sort of carved out of wood. And once they land, you hear a few of them, I got 3, I got 4. The competition seems to be grabbing out as many as they can on the way down before they land. And there also seems to be another station where you see people kind of like crouch down and very like calmly talking, but you recognize that by the crowd kind of around that situation and the cheering that's happening, they're coaxing snails into racing, but as you can see, they're literally coaxing them with their voices.
Oh.
They're just kind of asking these little snails. By the way, little is not the right word here. Each of these snails seems to be about a foot wide and probably like 3 feet long or so. They're when they kind of stand upward and with the shells on their back, they're about like 2.5 feet tall. But otherwise, they're larger snails. But next to furbolgs, they almost look like regular size snails. But they seem to slowly be like inching their way across. But a race is currently being done, and you can see some of them are offering leaves. Like, come on, buddy, I'll give you all the leaves you want. And others are just like, you can do it. Show everyone else you're faster. There's just various different ways of trying to persuade these snails into racing. But those would be
so colorful. I've never seen a snail that kind of color.
Actually, for Irene, their shells are the most beautiful, radiant-looking, iridescent shells that you have ever seen. Nirja, you do recognize that the shells seem unusual. They do seem kind of beautiful and iridescent, sort of swirled with all this color and such, but they seem to kind of reflect light a little bit differently than a natural shell would. So even you are kind of like, oh, these are different, but also beautiful. And Irene, you're taken to a whole new planet on these beautiful colors.
I want to touch it, but I can't because they're racing, but it's so pretty. You see how pretty it is, Nirja?
Yeah. And Nirja brings Irene over, seeing as Irene seems to be enjoying this way more than she does, and she's going to let Irene watch the snails, and she says, I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do the game. I'll be right back.
She's going to perch near the table and crisp at face the whole time.
As the rest of you are coming up the stairs, Irene is just almost creeper watching these snails being raced right now. But she seems to be having a really, really good time. And Nirja seems to be running off to the side of the tree where people seem to be free fall jumping off the side of the tree. But
yeah, she's down.
Safely landing, but still, jumping off of the tree essentially. But I'll say that the group as a total, you guys are seeing that, and you are free to go wherever you'd like.
I guess we're racing snails.
Yeah, we have to race snails.
Okay.
You want to race snails?
Yeah. He's kind of looking at the camera like, have you done? Is this okay?
As you kind of get up to the top, you see Kevin looking down. This is the biggest tree I've ever seen in my life. Have you ever seen a tree this big? This tree is enormous. Is it one tree? How many trees is it? Do you know
I'm
what
not
kind of
botanist. I don't. Maybe they're all interconnected. I don't know.
What the heck? I'm just kind of looking around and being amazed. Nirja seems to be kind of lining up for the one where they seemingly jump off, but Kevin is just. But we need to race snails. I don't know how we're going to race snails, but I want to race snail.
Let's go then. Do we have to talk to the snail?
I think you have to talk. Do we have to talk? How do we talk to snails? Can we talk to snails?
We might have an advantage because they might be able to understand us.
Oh, that's true. We got this.
I feel like that's about the time that Ryland catches up as he's racing Rusi. As he's like, don't worry, Kempi, I got you covered there.
See, Rusi kind of whizzes by you guys, not knowing where to stop. Kind of like almost whizzes by the race, but also kind of like backtracks and comes back, and just very, very excited. But Irene is also still like on ground level, just staring.
I imagine if Rusi shows up, she's gonna hear the panting and be like, Rusi, oh, you're so green. You're a green boy. You're a green girl. You love it. So green.
You see Rusi just staring at all of your tattoos. Just like, hi. The two of you are fascinated with each other's colors right now.
And the other is Rusi. Oh, Valen, you're greener than and the hat. Oh, and your clothing. Oh, it's so great. I love it. Rylan, you have a face. I like your face. You have a nice face. It's so colorful. Can I see your face? Come closer.
What happened?
I think it's
Can I see your face,
they got
Riley?
enhanced colors.
Come closer.
Oh boy.
You have a nice face. Show me face, please.
It wears off in about insert DM time here.
You would know that it lasts about 30 minutes.
Okay. It won't be much longer. They just gotta enjoy.
Violet.
Enjoy.
Did you always look like that? No.
Valen's going to do a minor illusion in front of Ryland and basically make it the most colorful nebula type thing in the astral that he can think of.
How dare you?
Like one of those
He's
like
a member of stars.
I feel like Ryland's like he sees that and he's like, I don't know what that's gonna do. I don't know if we have some of these colors.
Oh my god. And you actually recognize that Rusi is very enthralled with this, but also you're noticing some other furbolgs that were kind of up there either walking by or whatever. Every now and then there's just one that's wow. like take it for a second and then oh wow, that's great. Just like walking off. But if you had to guess, probably like 15% of party goers are like seeing crazy colors.
Is this just like Ryland is giving Zoolander stares right now? Just like how the camera does all the colors when he does Blue Magnum and all.
Pretty much. But you see Kambish kind of running between all of you.
Okay, I think they're getting ready for the next race. Do you want to race?
Kambish's face. Look at his face.
Hi. Yes, my face.
Yes.
Actually, it's probably his eyes that get you. He has kind of very like bright cyan colored eyes, but at the moment they are like glowing to you.
You want it? We can race.
Wow. How did I never notice your face look like this before?
Huh? My face always looked like this.
What? Oh, no, I meant Ryland. His face is crazy.
Puss.
Oh, I thought he was up. I can't. Hold on 1 second. Pardon.
Your face is great too, Kambish, but his face is crazy.
Oh, we had to say dubs. Those was
yeah,
very
he was
long.
really far in there. Yeah, that was not going to be a fun wake up.
Ryland would just kind of like, kind of happily like, this is what it was before it was marked.
Really? You used to shimmer like this?
For racing.
Okay, how about you look at the nebula?
It's not very long.
What'd you call
No,
it?
wait,
Valen?
come back. I need
It's a
to look
nebula.
into your face.
Oh, it is a nebula. I was right.
As that's happening, you guys all kind of start getting little hands in the middle of your back at different times.
Because they're starting. Come on.
But he pushes all of you over, and each of you see there's about 6 snails lined up on this this tree branch essentially that you're on, and you can recognize that the stopping point is like 20 feet away, which is not far at all. But this is where the race happens. The showdown is going on. So I'll pick back up with the snail runners in just a moment, as Nirja has excitedly run off to the other side. And as you're kind of waiting online, the woman who seems to be kind of running and telling them when to jump looks over you.
Oh, did you want to try?
Yes.
Great. So you probably don't know this game, but what
No.
it is you're gonna jump in the direction of, you see down there are a few statues,
And like as she's explaining it, you can see that there seem to be other furbolgs who are putting new statues, like little tiny carved statues on the tree branches again. Since the last round had grabbed some, there seem to be dutiful people putting them back in place. But you can spot about 6 on the branches on the way down. But she kind of points towards each of them.
So the idea is, when you jump off, I'm going to make sure that you will land safely.
Mhm.
As you're floating down, you try and reach out and grab as many as you can. And whoever has the most at the bottom wins some sticky buns.
Okay, great. Where do we start?
We can, well, you're in the next round. So are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect.
I'm on the radio with TK.
doesn't seem output by your energy by any means.
I was ready yesterday. No.
Okay. Well, we'll line everyone up and then we'll get going. And as you're kind of getting ready, you can see that it seems to be in bouts of like 5 or so. So it's you and 4 other furbolgs, 3 of which seem to be kids. But kids kind of ranging from like, if you had to guess, like human years of like 8 to like 13 or so. And then there does seem to be another adult furbolg there who seems to be a little more lithe and thin, but she kind of lines you all up. Okay, so everybody has to jump at the same time. Nobody jump earlier, nobody jump later. So the spell goes off at the same time and you will all land safely. So on the count of 3, everybody jump. And 1, 2, 3. Just fucking free falls their way down. All right, so you're going to be kind of battling against these other furbolgs. So you will need 6 acrobatics checks for each of the statues to see if you're going to get any of them on the way down.
Okay,
So
6.
yeah, so we'll roll them one at a time. I'm going to just kind of
derpy where she has to just like shoulder check people and grab the statues.
Wow.
I'm going to be cheating, and I'm going to. Well, that sounds terrible, right? I'm going to be rolling 20 at the same time, but each one is an individual furbolg. So obviously, don't look at the total number. I just don't want to spam by rolling 4 d20s individually. So,
all right, everybody, you're going to crit 3 times. Let's go.
But go ahead and roll your acrobatics as you leap off, and at the same time, there's sort of just like a magical moment where all the lights are kind of dazzling around you, and the tree branches all seem to kind of pull away to make sure that everything is safe for each of you falling your way down. But you feel the weight immediately taken away from you as you're slowly falling downwards.
All right, so 6 in a row you want, Foos?
Just one. We'll do it one round at a time. So first round.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah. So, no problems at all. You, the energy is kicking in. And you managed to grab the first one way before the others. As a matter of fact, only one other one seems to grab that same that statue in that spot. So you and one other competitor both have a statue each. But as you kind of grab that and push off the tree, you can see that the next one closest to you is kind of a good like 10 or 15 feet away from you. Even though you are slow falling, you're going to have to kind of like kick off to reach the next one.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me your acrobatics check for the next one.
She's going to guess that this is kind of like swimming now. Oh, no.
Oh, wow. I rolled better on that one. Do you want to describe your flub on the way over to the next one?
Okay. So she pushes off the tree to get to the other statue, but she miscalculates not only in height but also in speed, so she goes way too fast and her legs like kick over above her head, and then she like kind of spins and hits the tree and tries to get the statue right beneath her, because she's like, I imagine she's like upside down and trying to reach for it.
Right, yeah. But unfortunately, you do miss this one as like your descent continues on the way down. But you do see the next one is thankfully on the same side, but you have to kind of maneuver around a branch or two to get to it. So one of the jumpers has 2 statues, and you have 1. The others have none. So go ahead and roll your next acrobatics check.
Hopefully I do. Okay, better.
Nice. Yep. You do manage to grab this one.
Wow.
It's the same one. That same one. He's gotten all 3. It's one of the kids. He's probably like 12 years old, but it looks like he is probably the one who spends the most time in the trees. Like he's very naturally moving around, even in his weightlessness. But you do manage to snatch it. But he gets his just a hair before yours.
He's in disguise.
He's rolling amazing. But yeah, so he has 3 and you have 2, and you have 3 more left. So go ahead and roll your next acrobatics. The next one also seems to be kind of there it is. Let's go.
Christmas colors. Let's go.
I imagine she was like watching him do it, and then she was like, "Oh, maybe I can mimic that same movement." And she's going down.
Yeah, you find your groove. You kind of pick up on the pattern in which you were falling and the direction, and you manage to kind of maneuver yourself in the correct way and float yourself down before any of the others get it. And not because slow fall and the speed or weight of you at all, but just the way you manage to finally maneuver your body. And you get it so fast that it seems to kind of throw off the 12-year-old who was doing well against you. But you hear like just kind of cheering and like happiness and exuberance behind you. But you are now tied. The two of you have 3. He missed this one too. So
Okay.
we're going for the 5th one. So go ahead and give me your next acrobatics check as you see yourself getting closer and closer to the ground. Very nice roll there. He misses this one too. The others are starting to kind of collect their own as well. They're getting 2 or 3 as they're coming down. But this next one, after seeing the way you kind of picked up on it immediately, you hear, "Oh, wow, that's really, I missed one!"
Oh,
He
no.
just kind of whizzes by and just, damn it! And that like kind of typical teenage boy voice where it cracks towards the end. Exactly, which winds up being way more dramatic than you expected. But you're like 20 feet off the ground, and you can recognize one last one. Where this one, the DC is a little bit higher, as on the very edge of the branch. It's a branch that kind of spirals out into like almost like fingers, the little twigs on them, and each of these statues seem to be kind of woven in between. So it's not like a quick grab; you have to kind of untangle it as you go down. So go ahead and give me your last acrobatics check. And
Oh no!
Team 2.
Oh, again!
Oh, very nice. Same roll again.
Oh.
Get it, girl. All right, so your rival seems to be the only other one to manage to untangle his in time, as all of you very safely land. And Nirja, the winner, with only missing 1, so you have 5 of the 6 statues, and the other, who was a very good runner-up, seems to have 4. But as you all land there, everyone's just sort of laughing, and the kid who was going against you, the teenager, kind of walks up and kind of claps your shoulder, being your height even at this age.
Yeah.
Hey, you're pretty good. That was cool.
I learned from you. I saw that really cool move on the second one. That was awesome.
Yeah, you got to kind of like maneuver yourself around. If you just kind of like throw your back out, it kind of like puts you in the right angle. That was really cool. And it kind of pulls you in for a hug before.
She just lets him. She's like, ah, with a hug. And she's just very excited. And then she hugs the rest of them. And then she's like, you want to go back up?
Let's
like,
do it again.
Yeah.
Super cool. He kind of runs up the stairs with you. But before we start the snail race, I think we should probably have a break. Because we have been doing games for some time, and I just now looked at the clock and I was like, okay, this is probably a good time. But with the excitement of the festivities ongoing, we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break. So I'm gonna say, well, a little bit less than 10 minutes. It's 10:31. Fuck it, 10 minutes. We'll be back at 10:42. We'll round up just a little bit, but we'll be back for more fun times. Thank you for being here. We'll be back. Bye.
Hi, guys.
There we go. Hello.
Oh.
Welcome back. We're gonna hop back into some festivities, some festival festivities. As the team is kind of enjoying their time at the moment. Yurja just won her game of float grab on the way down, beating out some of the kids and one other adult, in which one kid was like your only competition. But the rest of the team is setting themselves up at the snail race that is happening in the treetops of this nighttime situation. So there seems to be one snail for each of you, just exactly 6. So Irene, Ryland, Kemin, Kambish, Valen, and Kodrono. Each of you have a snail of your own. And we'll kind of get started with that as Nirja, you're coming back up to the top. So you'll probably catch the very beginning of the race, but they're probably getting set up while you were like going down, essentially. So
Irene's just like, I want to keep staring at your face, Ryan, but the snail's so pretty. I choose you.
Irene is still high as fuck. But as you guys are getting set up, you see one furball who seems to kind of be getting the snails back into place very, very cautiously and gently, not even pushing them, but just kind of asking them to move in certain directions. But as he looks up towards you guys, you can see that his hair seems to be sort of elaborately braided, and all of those braids seem to have vines and twigs and sticks that also still seem to be growing, even though they're kind of woven into his hair. All of his clothing seems to be made of either sort of like a leaf or some kind of bark, but standing where he is, you see him just kind of motion over the snails and just, Kambish brought you, didn't he? What a wonderful child he is. But welcome to the snail race. I will go over the rules with each of you, and then we will see who will be the victor. Just so you know, all of the snails here have been asked to be here. If they get tired, we have other snails that we will ask to step in their place. They're having a good time. Make sure that you're having a good time too. So, the race, don't touch the snail unless they give you the okay. Or if they touch you first, then it's acceptable. But if they do not touch you, or they make no understanding or reference of you touching them, you cannot touch the snails. Secondly, you can use words, perhaps items or objects, but these items and objects cannot touch the snails unless they are food. And we do have some food if you would like to kind of try and coax them with a treat. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But you can use any trick that you have in your mind to get the snail to move faster. Just do not frighten them, because that is mean and we're all having a good time. So be very, very kind to your snails. They want to win too, but they have to have good motivation. And each of these snails, for the duration of this fun adventure that we are having here on this wondrous day, they are equipped with a little arcane gift given to us by the druid and elder. If you don't mind, just take a look. And he motions towards kind of like the very top of their shells. You're noticing that there seems to be a little disc on each of them that seem to kind of be made of almost like layered leaves that have been sort of like compressed into something that glows just gently a soft green. And as he motions towards them, so with this, each of you can communicate with your snails, and they understand what you are saying. They can speak back, but they don't often. So don't be surprised, but understand that they can understand you. Does anybody have any questions? He kind of just looks over each of you.
No, my snail's so pretty. Hey, do you know how pretty you are?
Oh, thank you. I'm taken, man, but I appreciate that.
No, I was talking to my... You're pretty too if you want to be, but I was talking to
If you want to be.
Oh, thank you. Just kind of looks over the rest of you. Any other questions before we get started?
Can I
Or I was gonna be like, yeah, which one of you wants to be on my team?
Roll a persuasion check. Oh my god.
If you join my team, I'll sing to you. It'll be great.
Okay, you go ahead and roll another persuasion.
I
Oh,
feel
okay.
like
Aw.
Irene should get advantage though.
From the two of you talking, you can recognize that of the like 6 snails, probably 5 of them look in Ryland's direction. But Ryland, you also know that like these snails are here of their own will, but they're not exactly like, I don't know, like super excited to like talk to people, because that's also why he mentioned they don't seem to ever like speak back. But they all look in your direction and just kind of like acknowledge you and then look back in the direction of the race. And for Irene, probably 4 out of the 6 kind of also look in your direction for a moment and then back over to the other side. And as you're speaking with the man who's kind of setting this up, by the way, these are all adolescent snails, which might be the reason for their attitude in some ways, but they all mean well, and don't worry. They get bigger than this. They're quite resilient. There's nothing you can do to make them fall off this tree. They are very, very durable and protected animals, and they are our friends. And they decided they agreed to join us here.
Thanks for joining us.
I have a question for you guys. Which one of you wants to win?
Okay, give me. I would say for this maybe more of an insight check. You're gonna see which like who reacts to your question.
I'm gonna use I have inspiration, right? I think.
You have inspiration.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll 1 and add it to it. Hold on.
No, Nanus, I dare you. Oh god. You got this, Nanus. Dee. Hey, all right. With a 21, adding your 11 to your 10, you recognize that the second one from the right. These snails seem to be a little unusual in that, like the stalks that are kind of coming out from the top of their heads, they don't seem to have 2. They seem to have 4. But it doesn't seem to be like any kind of eyes at the end of these stalks. Instead, they seem to be kind of like little balls of like little fleshy kind of bits at the end. But instead, they seem to kind of have much smaller eyes in the body of the the top part of it, at least right before the stalks start. And as all of them are kind of looking between like Ryland and Irene, the second one from the right kind of looks in your way and just holds the glance for like 5 seconds or so, and then like turns around to like look back at the race again, or the race sort of track that is just this tree branch.
Excellent. All right, buddy. Let's do this.
All right, all of you pick your snail companions, and when you are all ready, we will start the race. And they need to reach the other side of this branch, which, as you can see, has been marked off. The first to reach it will win. So, with that, everybody, feel free to grab whatever snail you'd like, whether that's out of personality or just like.
Are we supposed to be looking at something?
No, the snails don't look different. It's just a matter of like if your character gravitates towards one or not.
No, I'm not on that.
No, they do not. But you're not supposed to be looking at anything yet.
You said something about showing us what the snails look like.
I will in a second, girl.
You have to do it now.
I gotta do it now.
No, you don't have to do it.
It's okay. I will give you the visual. Second, we'll do it now. We'll do it live. All right. So here you guys are on the treetops.
Ooh.
And here are your snail buddies that you are going to be.
Oh my god, they are adorable.
Oh my god, yes.
So hold on, let me switch. There we go. But you are on this treetop.
They're so cute.
About to race. I'll let you see one up close, I guess. I'll just kind of make one pretty big so you can see them. But they're adorable. They're little baby snails, basically. But these are the guys you're going to be racing in just a moment. So each of you using basically partnering up with whichever snail is directly in front of you. Hold on, actually, I was supposed to add the line for where you guys are racing. Oh, that's much bigger than I thought.
Hold on just a second.
Lightning.
It's lightning.
No, it's not lightning. They have they have a little like marker essentially, but I'm just using the lightning for now. So that's essentially your goal where you're trying to get them. I will say when this furball was explaining the rules, he also mentioned that like you can be placed anywhere around the snail too. You don't have to stay behind them or in front of them or whatever. You just can't touch them or like have an object touch them unless it's food and they decide to eat it. And unless they touch you, you're not allowed to touch them. But with that, if everybody is ready, we will initiate this snail race. So this is going to go round by round for every 5 feet of movement that they do, just to see how much you get them to progress on this wonderful, wonderful track. And also, it is not pictured here on this map, but there are furbolgs all over the place watching this intense race happen between everybody. So I'm going to work my way from like left to right on what tactic you are using and then your roll.
Are we getting like hood vibes? Is it like a dice game? Like Jacks?
Like what, like the furball is watching or like
like
no not at all.
We got Larry in the crowd just like
Oh my God. But with that, actually, we will get started with from left to right, Irene, as the furball kind of counts down and initiates the go, and everyone starts cheering. Irene, what are you doing to try and get your snail to move forward?
she's gonna like park over at the side and then go into like track runner stance. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize my camera's off. She's just like just like get it right. And then like as soon as they say go, she's gonna like start like singing a triumphant like song about a speedster or something.
Okay, I love it.
He ran really fast away from something. I don't know.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a animal handling check.
Animal handling, you sure some performance? I'm performing.
You're great at this, Irene. You
Put
can do
on
it.
an axe, No, she's not. Nope.
Huh.
You're great with tree bender. Come on.
The noise.
Yeah, that's tree bender. Tree bender's different. Oh, not bad.
Hey, all right.
I have a whole bonus of 1. Like
Incredibly, your song seems to stir the snail into motion. And when you first come over, it just kind of looks at you and blinks slowly. But the more the song continues, the more you see it like, yeah. Slowly start cruising forward. But your first attempt to get it to move was a success. So it moves up about 5 feet-ish. Ryland, next in line. What would you like to do to try and get the snail to move?
I feel like he's gonna. I assume he knows like a decent amount of like what kind of foods they like, all that fun jazz.
Yeah. Yes, you would, of course.
Does he have a thought if they'd like the tiger lily?
Like eating it?
Yeah.
You have no idea. You have zero information on that.
Well, like, has he seen him eat flowers before? Is it like just grass or like?
They don't tend to eat flower petals, so
Okay.
that's not common.
I'll just say he got like whatever he's used to, like whatever he remembers being the best treat.
Okay.
From his growing up days, and he's gonna grab some of that. And he's gonna, Capiche, go with this one.
Okay.
And he's gonna use that to kind of like, you ready, buddy?
Yeah, let's go.
But go ahead and roll your animal handling check.
that's not fair. He's really good at handling animals.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot, I'm next after this. I have to get my animal handling. Oh god,
Holy
17? Yeah. So are you kind of in front of him, or are you telling him like, if you go forward, I will give you some of this?
I feel like he's just kind of doing one of those like, he's just yum yum. He's just kind of like.
And that definitely seems to motivate him. Just like, okay, just kind of starts cruising ahead. Is just a tiny bit ahead of Irene's snail. She is singing into action.
He's
but
from
next-
here. He knows all the tricks.
That is very true. Next to that,
Ryland's the GM's favorite. You see this shit?
Ryland is not the DM's favorite.
Rude. Yes, I am.
Listen, Rolam is. But anyway, Kambish kind of on the other side is like,
Food. Yeah, you like food, right? Come on, let's go. You can do it. I'm fast. You can be fast too. We can be fast together. Let's be fast. Let's get some food.
it's just like throwing a lot of words at the snail. But we will see if the snail reacts to it. So give me just 1 second. Yeah, he doesn't have any bonuses to, and oh no. Like, I would say, like, Kambish doesn't realize it, but he's holding the food, like, off to the side. So rather than going forward, the snail kind of, like, goes to the side where his hand is. And he's just like,
no, this way. Oh, okay. I guess you can have the food. Have the food. We gotta go. We gotta
go. So his moves ahead, but just a tiny bit, like the littlest babyest little bit, like that. There you go. Next in line is Kevin, who, after seeing everyone kind of like grab food or whatever it might be, like he kind of looks at Valen and then looks at the snail. All right, buddy, I don't know what to tell you what to do. I don't want to tell you what to do either. This is a pretty cool place you got here. I think we should show everyone how cool you are, and if you could just be real fast, I'd really appreciate it. I mean, either way, what do you like? Do you like berries? I can get you some berries. What do you? We can be friends if two. What? I don't know what you want. Just rambles for a little bit, and his snail moves just a little bit faster than Kambish. Not by a lot. But they are slowly inching ahead with the various coaxing methods here, which brings us to Valen.
He walks up to him and just kind of whispers to it, I respect your ambition. Do you like the wind? You're going to feel a little bit of a boost. Just go with it. And he's going to move back and subtle cast Gust on Snail.
For this, roll me an intelligence check instead. So this will be like your spell casting modifier.
Awesome.
Deception.
Oh yeah, he's trucking along. He seemed like he was going to he seemed like he was in this race anyway, but then with like the gust, you see him just kind of chugging a little bit. He's going to be a tiny bit behind Flandes, but you do successfully move him ahead quite a bit.
Do we just hear?
Yeah.
No, you guys hear, and then like suction sounds. Moves forward a little bit. But with a success, Kodrono, you are up. What are you doing to try and get this snail to move?
Oh, we can't touch him, right?
No, you cannot touch them.
Not touchy.
You can. Well, he did say like if you reach out and it touches you, then you have permission to touch it. But otherwise, initially you can't just like shove it forward or anything.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna coax it with food. Like, come on, we can do it. We can do it.
Okay, with food that works.
Be chill. Come on.
So go ahead and roll your animal handling check. It's okay. I heard so many clicks and then did it work? What's going on, guys? Oh my god, that's a natural 3. Yeah, he barely inches ahead, and mostly because the food that you have, you notice that he's kind of like, oh, I've had that before. I've had plenty of that today. I'm not excited for it anymore. But he just kind of dutifully moves ahead, but doesn't do much other than that. But completing our first round, we're going to move into our second round of snail racing. So for this part, you can see that the tree branch itself seems to kind of start to decline a little bit. So the first round was getting them to move, and that one's the hardest. From here, they'll probably move faster. But of course, with your coaxing, if you change your tactics or not, we'll see how that goes. So Irene, you're up. Are you changing your tactics, or are you still kind of singing cheer songs?
Oh, she's maintaining her tactics, sort of.
Okay.
She's gonna change the lyrics of the song after she sees what Flandes do it, or Ryla's doing. It's just be like, instead of it just being about speed, she's also going to change the song so that it's about how one of the people that are trying to catch up with the speedster is like being bribed, and how the speedster is too noble for that shit. However, on the other end, because he knows that a bigger reward is awaiting him on the other side. like changing up the lyrics of the song, and at the same time slowly branching the food, but like a double serving of it.
Okay, I will
Waiting on the other side.
let you choose between persuasion or performance.
We'll do perform. But she's definitely like jogging alongside. Well, not even jogging; it's a snail. You know what? She's jogging alongside.
You are literally strolling.
Kind of like almost running in place to just try.
Awesome.
There you go. What the fuck?
Oh
What? What is that roll?
no! Yeah, because it's downhill, the momentum seems to kind of be helping the snail, and he does like push on.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yep.
Sorry.
Inspiration on these fucking rolls. Let's go. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Up to an 11, baby.
11, baby. It does move ahead. It's just not as much as you were hoping, and just based off of kind of the momentum and the way that the branch is sloped a little bit, it seems like it was moving more out of obligation than because of your song at the moment. But it does move a little bit. But that brings us to Ryland next, as Irene next to you was good competition. She seems to be struggling a little now.
Ryland's just like, yeah, you got it, buddy. Can you eat rice?
Oh my god. This time I'm gonna ask for persuasion. That's awesome.
You should make him roll something he's terrible at.
Roll an int check. Oh my god.
Have him roll Arcana.
We're back to the dice cam, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, the dice cam is back, baby.
I gotta use these beautiful die.
I know, it's okay.
He
I
said
think we
persuasion.
need lovely picks in the Discord.
If only Ben could come over and preload you with those dice you used the other day.
Yeah,
God, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
Your boy, he's chugging along. he's motoring ahead. So, pardon me, I'm gonna put him there for a second.
Yep. He's
I'm
just
gonna-
kind of walk backwards, and he's like seeing the gusto come out of him. He's gonna like give him a small piece of food. It's like, yeah, you got this, buddy.
Yeah. I'm scooching everyone over again a bit just so I could make sure the lines kind of stay lines and all that. So, but yeah, he's coasting along. And at the end of it, Kambish is kind of like rearranging the food so it's directly in front of him.
He's like, I'm sorry, buddy. I led us astray. It was my fault. If you just come here, we can be cool. It's okay if you don't win, though. That's okay. You're still cool. Come on, buddy.
Just kind of trying to talk his way into it. So this time he's going to use his persuasion, which he is pretty decent at. He's going to give it a try. Ooh. His snail finds his speed somehow. Maybe because he rearranged the food, or maybe because just talking to him and being as kind as he is, the snail feels like even though he's not a furball, he certainly belongs here. And he catches up on quite a bit of ground and is kind of narrowing in on Ryland after that.
Yeah, Kambish, that's how you do it. Woo!
Yeah! He's just kind of trying to get him to move ahead a little bit. Kevin after him is just like, all right, buddy, how about this? We be friends. Do you like beer? I can get you. Wait, they don't have beer here.
No.
Give us some wine.
No.
What would you like? You can tell me, and I can get that for you. Why don't you just point it out and let me know? He's kind of like leaning next to the snail now, like he's whispering to him. But he's just trying to like coax him. I'll just do a general charisma check for him because he's just chatting. Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Another
Who's the fucking or fucking Nat 20 queen of the night?
fucking tonight, man. Good lord. Much like Kamvish's, suddenly just hearing him, and again, there's just like, oh, you're weird looking for a furbulk. Oh, you're not a furbulk. Oh, okay. You seem nice. All right, let's go. seems to kind of pick up as well. With the nat 20, I'm gonna say he's gonna be just a little ahead just because that was a nat 20. But you see him kind of following after him, and he's just like, "Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. We don't even have to win. It's okay."
I ain't never had beer before.
Yeah. maybe you want some beer. Do you know where we can find some beer? After that, Valen, you are up.
Okay, so Valen's gonna be like, all right, buddy. Winning is everything. We got this. Just feel it. I'm going to try to kick the back end out to the left. As soon as you crest this branch, I need you to just go, go, go. So you straighten out and you'll be in the lead. Let's go.
Let's go. So you're talking like strategy with this guy?
I'm absolutely casting gust. I'm trying to like back end because he's going over that.
Oh yeah,
and he's going to be like levered wrong. So he's going to adjust it. So kind of pitch him sideways so he goes over it. So he's corrected on the other side of the branch.
All right. So again, I'm going to say that's another int check as you're trying to like adjust your gust to help your snail with his speed. Okay, that was good. That's also a success. Because you did well the other times, it's gonna put you actually right around there-ish. As your gust seems to just kind of hit him at the right time, and he seems to be falling into his groove. He's definitely
boy, well done.
And he's going. It's a tight race between you, Ryland, and your brother, actually. Incredibly, the two of you or the three of you are pretty close together. Hold on one second. I can't really see his face, so I'm gonna make sure. Hold on.
You know, we can overtake and not have to worry about drafting because they're going so slow. Air resistance isn't a thing at this point.
I just reloaded my roll 20, so it's gonna take me a while to get back in.
There it is. Oh shit, you rolled really well on your animal handling this time.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Okay. It is now a close race between the four of you as Kodrono's coaxing with food seems to be working. You were using food, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The food seems to be a good motivator between everybody, but he's going to be right around there with Kodrono kind of catching up. You guys recognize that you probably have like 2 more rounds of anticipate or just kind of getting everyone to move before someone's going to reach the end. So we will once again start at the left for the third of 4 rounds. Irene, what would you like to do to try and get your snail to keep moving?
Irene is going to change up her strategy and use what worked before and switch the song back to a rousing epic about the snail before her. But at the same time, kind of intercept in front and like sing of a reward that the epic snail has come across during his journey.
Yeah. I love it. I'll say again, you can choose between performance or persuasion this time.
She's still performance, still working on this song.
Yeah. Gonna go.
Where are my rolls?
Oh no, yeah. It is a success. It still does move, and because it's sort of downhill, it's moving a little faster than you would think. So I'm gonna scoot you out of the way. Even though he's not on the branch, don't worry, he's on the branch. He's with you guys.
No!
I'm trying to make sure it stays straight, but pardon me. Actually, from here, I can scoot you guys over one again.
I don't know how to stay straight.
It's gonna scoot you guys over a little bit. There we go. Oh, it kind of like
It realigned everybody.
It did. I see that. Hold on.
Oh
pardon.
no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, Flanny,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to roll ass real quick.
yeah,
Get outta here.
pretty much.
I've been doing that the last 2 campaigns.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, keep up the trend.
But Ryland, are you changing your strat, or is it still the same for you?
He's prepping for the grand finale, so he's moved to the finish line, like pretty much directly
Okay.
in line to where the snail's going to be going, and he's just like putting up a whole like a giant feast of snail food. He's just like he's topping it with like the best garnishes and everything, and he's like, "It's okay, buddy. Whether you win or lose, this is all yours."
Okay.
Oh no.
I think this is mostly persuasion right now. Yeah, so go ahead and persuade the snail coming over.
Come on, unicorn die, don't fail me now. All right.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Boop. And that's it. Bam.
Yeah. He is motoring on ahead. He's the closest at the moment, but we have to get through everyone else's rounds to see how well they do. Very nice. Kambish is still kind of like just excited to even be in the race at the moment. So when he sees that you're kind of moving ahead, you're like, okay, we can do it. Hey, don't worry about that. It's okay. Oh my god, that is terrifying. What the hell, Flint? Why is that so scary? Ooh. Nope, don't like it. Don't like it. I was trying to like find something I liked about it, but nope. I don't like it. Okay, Flanberry's back. Oh my god. But Kambish is essentially trying to coax it again, still just being like, "It's okay, buddy. We can do this. You can show them how fast we are, because I'm real fast too, and you can be fast like me." But he's gonna try and get him to move ahead, and he's gonna roll his. He's gonna go persuasion because he's pretty persuasive if he needs to be. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He comes up right behind Flandy, basically, but he's just a little ahead of you right now, just barely.
Get it.
But he's trying the whole time. He's like, "Yeah, you can do it. Go for it. Let's go." And, as that's happening, right next to him, which would be Kemen, you just kind of see him like sit next to him and be like, "All right, you did really well last time. And that was pretty impressive. See, they're all fast and stuff, but you know what's important about us is we're both very strong." Right? I think I don't know how snails work, but I feel like you got good muscles, right? So let's show everyone. Let's take a moment to show off our muscles. So Kevin is in the back now, flexing behind his snail and talking to him.
In a snail JoJo pose, I would love to see it.
Oh my god!
Yeah. The best is he's flexing as he's walking because he's still walking at a snail's pace beside him. It's just like Mr. Universe flexing as he goes. But he's gonna do that, and we'll say he'll use his. I guess that's just a persuasion check again. He's trying to like rile him up by showing him his muscles. I'll make it a persuasion, but I feel like I'm going to use his strength for it instead, just because of the way he's talking about it, which does not help too much.
Oh no!
The snail just kind of like doesn't say anything, but like the body language of those who are like animal insightful are like, the snail does not have muscle, and he's very confused as to why this man is flexing at it right now. He does move forward, but it's not keeping up with the pace of everybody else by any means. Which brings us to Valen.
Valen's gonna be like, "All right, buddy, we got this. And all you got to do is stay low, because it's downhill. So just keep the shell low, undulate a little bit. You got this." Also, we're gonna tip the scales in our favor a little bit, okay, buddy? So just hang in there 1 sec. Rylan, I need you to make me a deck save.
Wait, what?
What the heck?
Awesome. What the heck?
Oh boy! All right.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What did you roll, you bastard? You son of a bitch!
Yeah.
A natural 18.
Yo, those die are doing real good for you.
That's
damn,
amazing. They're so beautiful.
Oh,
that damn aura is saving your bacon. I was gonna have you roll off the tree. Just like
fuck right off the tree. That's hilarious.
all right, yeah. I guess I don't know what you want me to roll, because I'm just giving him tactical tips.
You do. Yeah. If you keep doing a technical tips, then I think it might come down to like persuasion, I guess, because you're just using, because you're not casting Gust this time. Because
I was too busy trying to push him up the tree. Yeah,
or not, but like
that was a risk. I understand.
yeah, you're good. Okay, yeah, you're good. But
70% chance to land it.
You are
Clearly
very
not.
familiar with the sphere, so like you see it coming up in front of you, and you manage to kind of like get out of the way. And it seems like maybe the snail knew what your plan was, but the second he saw that big old paladin managed to kind of avoid it, it almost like lets the air out of his sails. You know, he's like, no, it's not gonna work. So he also advances, but not as much as you would have liked. But he's going to be like right around there. So,
I
but
feel like Ryland's like, whoa.
That would have been fine.
yeah, exactly. All right, he is passed out, so I'm gonna. Would anybody like to roll actually, Vogley, you're chilling. Do me a favor and just roll me a d20 plus 6, please and thank you. Because I don't want to be in charge of this.
I hope I did it correctly.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Yes,
did not.
good. Yeah. For Kodrono, he's still kind of tempting him with food, and he does move, but again, not as dramatically as the others. For this final round, all of you are well within reach of the line. So what it's going to come down to is if you get a success and it crosses, after that, it's going to be a dex check between the snails to see which one actually does cross first. So for each of you who successfully reach the line, it'll come down to roll-offs after that. But we will once again... Actually, I'm going to hold you guys here in the dramatic last round and go back to Nirja.
Okay.
So, you were watching. You did come up in time to watch like the first round and afterwards. So if there's anything as a character you would like to do at this moment, if you're watching or if you're going back to do your float grab again, whatever you would like to do.
Well, she's actually going to very excitedly cheer on Kambish, like partway through, do a couple of rounds, like yeah, and then she's gonna run over back to the line. Okay. I think the magic drugs are still active, right?
They're still active, yeah. Just because of Ryland knowing and whether or not it is explained to you, and even the furbolgs around would tell you. But if you get any of those like magic potion spells, they all seem to last for about 30 minutes. So
right. I don't know how much time has passed since I took it, but
not that long.
Excuse me, that's what I was thinking.
Oh
okay.
God, I just snail biting conclusion. God dang it.
No.
Yes, amazing.
Oh no. Okay, so we'll come back to you then. So you're getting ready for that, and then we'll have you do that most likely at the end of this.
Yeah.
Snail it. Get out! Leave!
Damn it, Joe.
Dude,
You delayed the round. You gotta hold all these L's.
that's amazing. I wanted to make sure if there was anything Vogley wanted to do that she got a
Oh
chance to.
shit! It's too late.
Okay. You said that
I still have my birthday inspiration.
you do have your birthday inspiration.
Better not, Ninners.
I'm so tempted. No, we're good. We're good. I'll be a good boy.
You don't have to use your birthday inspiration on this very important snail race.
I really want to see Roland just float off in a bubble. Like, no.
Well, it's not here.
Oh my God, Ryland. Yeah. All right. So that means, Irene, this is your final round to get your snail to cross the line. Because you are relatively close, you're within like 10 or so feet. Your DC to get it to cross the line is 15.
Okay. Irene is going to change her.
I'm sorry, it is 10. I'm sorry. I read wrong. It is 10. Your DC is 10 to get it to reach the line. So go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, she's just gonna like seeing what Rolo has been doing this. Not Rolo. Ryland has been doing this entire time. She's gonna like go into that track runner stance and then like zoom past the finish line, slow it to a halt, bring out the food, slam it down, and then like make a magic show, like prestidigitation out of preparing it, and just like living up this crazy magical performance of just like a feast awaits the hero.
Okay. Persuasion, I think that's what that turns into.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh God damn it. I'm a fucking dingus. Okay. I was correct the first time. It's 15. I'm a dingus, but go ahead. I think because you were in the way, my stupid. Doesn't matter. You do pass. It is enough to get him to the finish line. So you're going to be in the runoff for dexterity checks between everyone to see who passes first. But your snail does make its way over. Ryland, for you, the DC for these are 10 because of my markings and stuff. So, Ryland, what are you doing?
I feel like Ryland's just finishing up the great, wonderful, glorious feast, and he's making sure to like leave extra for the remainder competitors, but he's making sure his snails has the best.
The nicest. Yeah.
But seeing that Cambiche is so fucking close, and he's totally cool with Cambiche winning, he's just gonna kind of look to his snail and be like, "Check this out," and he's gonna look at Valen, and he's gonna cast command.
Oh no.
And his command is gonna be laugh.
Just laugh. Okay.
What's
So
the save I
Valen,
gotta make?
I think it's a wisdom save. And
Wisdom.
what's your DC?
Why are we burning
17.
spells?
17.
Alright.
Why are we burning spells?
Oh,
Oh,
God damn!
Wow, Nenners.
Once you get so wise.
Oh, God.
Wisdom is a it's what's it called?
I know.
It's a stat that wizards get for
Yeah,
saves.
proficiency.
So yeah, thank you. That's the word.
I got you.
But he's gonna give you the Matumbo like.
no.
These dinguses just doing this at the same time. Okay. So wait, were you saying watch this to the snail or to Cambiche?
He was just saying it. Joel was like, "Watch this," and he's like, "Laugh."
Okay.
And-
I will have you roll your persuasion at a disadvantage then, because I think this snail's gonna look in the direction and then be like, nothing happened, and be very confused.
Snail team 6, yes.
Team 6.
All right, here's my my 2 going on. Let's see what we got.
Oh God. Snail shenanigans. Who would have thought?
Ooh, my dice. Ooh, all right. What was it? Persuasion?
I believe it was, right? Yeah.
All right. We're still good. My bonus safe.
Okay, good.
Uh,
Oh man. Okay, you got a 5. Yeah. All right. So he
Got a
will
5
be in
and
the
a 10.
runoff. Yeah, there it is. He will be in the runoff for the dex checks, but he's not even looking in the right direction. He's just going forward because he's like, I'm watching. What's happening? Nothing happens. But right next to
like
you
he's
is
like prepping, and he's just like, "Hold on, I gotta try again." That's it, and he's getting ready to cast it again if he needs to.
try it again. That's awesome. Kabish, who's there kind of right next to you, is just like, yeah, buddy, we're the fastest, we're the coolest, you can do it, let's go. I think we're like the same age too, right? Kind of, because they said that you're like a teen. I'm not a teenager yet. You can do it, yeah. Rambles, but then kind of goes back to trying to cheer him on. Oh, that's exactly what he needed.
Yay.
You will also be in the runoff. It's going to be close. All right. So for the last 3, because you guys had a rough round last time, your DC to reach it. For Valen, for you, it's 18. For Kevin and Kodrono, it's 15. So for Kevin, he's just beside him and he's just like, that's okay. I feel like I know you have muscles and that's all right, but you don't need to show them off to me right now. And right now, you know what? We're just having a good time. So maybe at the end, we could talk about muscles. If you want to learn, I'd be happy to teach you about how it works and how you probably have some. I'll do some research. We'll do some research. We'll figure it out. Muscles.
Oh
Let's
no.
go.
I feel like this should give him advantage because it's probably like, get away from me, dude.
Why are you talking to me about muscles? But yeah, he's just gonna go with his persuasion this time, which is just his charisma. Nope. it's pretty much that. He was just talking about muscles, and the snail's like, "What are you talking about?" And again, because of the momentum and the downward slope, it's moving forward, but it is not in time at all. But Kevin does not seem upset.
That's what I was thinking, Boggle.
They're basically, but this is Kevin. His int is not very high. He doesn't know a lot about animals, so he's just
That's true.
rambling.
But he's not wrong.
But go ahead, Valen. You're up.
Valen's gonna be like, all right, buddy, that was my mistake. I strayed from the path. You know, one of the best things about, if you can't win a race, you might as well win it in style. So here's the deal. I'm going to give you all the wind power I can. And no matter what you do, I need you to cross that finish line sideways. big old smile on your face. We're gonna show them how cool we really are.
Oh no.
He's
All
absolutely casting Gust, and if I had something stronger, I would use it.
Yeah.
But I was battle kitted out, so I don't have any freaking like spells
ready
that
for
don't
fights.
yeah, like all my utility stuff is just keeping you alive or killing
Yeah.
you. And I'm like, I don't neither of which I should have put him in the sphere. God damn it. Anyway,
I thought you were gonna do that. That's why when this came up, I was like, he's gonna
well,
roll.
we can't touch him, so I'm trying not to like
Yeah.
that seems like wind is pushing it.
Qualified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
Oh shit!
Valen!
Like maybe it was because he was kind of like descending for a moment, but like you swear, kind of like the back tail of the snail kind of like lifts just a little bit, and your gust catches that, and it just seems like he's just hydroplaning his way forward now. It's not a controlled thing, but he's safe, but he's also just like sliding his way forward. On the very last roll, because you rolled a natural 20, you will have advantage on your dex
Oh
check
shit.
at the very end with your nat 20 also come from behind gusting. So you're in a good position. Vogley, if you don't mind rolling for me one more time for Kodrono. Because let me just give you a quick status update on these
It was
two.
1d20 plus 6, right?
There's
Oh my
the
God,
cat.
that's adorable.
He's done.
Mom, why are you so loud? I'm trying to sleep.
I'm also fading real quick.
I know, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Kodrono.
You're okay. Do not. Okay. Kodrono also advances, but unfortunately is not advancing at a pace that will get him in for the running. So still trying to get him to have some food. I feel like the snail for just a second is going to mistake his green skin as like a leaf and is going to try and like nibble on him instead. He's like, no. But for a second, they seem to be distracted. So for the 4 who made it to the finish line, it comes down to rolls from all of you. So being that these are snails, they have a -4 to their dexterity checks. So
Oh no.
I will need each of you to roll me a d20 -4. And yeah, Flanny, what's
I have a
up?
question.
Sure.
Can Rylan try to invoke Yoriana to help him make Valen laugh?
What?
Duplicity.
No. I was trying to think about how that would work, and my brain could not. So unfortunately, no. And also, like, this is kind of the end of this last round, so it's not like an extra moment that you get. Unfortunately, this is just kind of the product of what has already happened. So, oh no,
Yep.
that's a natural. That's a 2, not a natural 2. It's a dirty 2. So that's for you. Oh, I need to roll one for Kambish, and then as you roll one at advantage.
Okay.
So d20 -4.
Oh,
Damn.
so
Goodness.
close.
Oh, what the fuck?
Nenners!
Yo!
Damn.
Yo, roll again, Nutters. I just want to see. Just to get...
Oh no!
Gotta run out.
Oh, and like a sister.
This is the highest netting nat 20 fucking session.
Seriously.
Wow.
My last 2 rolls
Seriously.
were 19, 20, 20, or whatever, something
Holy
like that.
shit.
19.
Oh
Yeah.
no, he said, "Look, okay."
With
I was
a
like, damn.
fucking come from behind win. The
Yeah,
order,
hydroplane.
Sideways.
yeah, hydroplaning sideways. That crosses the finish line and goes in order of Valen very shortly after Ryland, Kambish, and then Irene. Then dragging quite a bit of distance behind is Kevin and Kodrono. As the eruption of laughter and applause and just kind of, whoa, did you see that? He was sideways. Like, other furbolgs around you just being like as amazed as they are confused and just having a wonderful time. But the one
Would it have been cheating if she casted haste on her?
haste is touch, right?
No.
Oh no? Okay, if it's not,
No,
then
yeah.
no.
No, we're not burning spells on this. We got other shit to worry about.
Fastest snail
Unlike
to never snail.
Valen.
Hey, got 2 cantrips. Get out of here.
Artiluke's Resolute Sphere is a cantrip.
That was 4. It's all right.
Don't worry about it.
As way I see it, I'm just playing the violent text.
As you hydroplane your snail to victory, the man who was kind of giving you all the instructions says, and we have a winner! Our new Gith Yankee brother, 1 of 2. Congratulations! There's applause for the victor, which is Valen at the moment. But
He's just gonna bring all like the attention to the snail. Like oh, this man right here, he was killing it.
Like as you were saying that towards the end, that like the gust was so good that for a moment he's almost like doing burnouts in the corner. Like he's still like spinning a little bit, but it dies down. Obviously, being that he's the snail, and you see his like big eyes just kind of looking up at you, very excited.
Yeah, we want to eat anything you want, we'll get you.
And you hear a voice actually come out from the top with that sort of like layered leaf on the top of its shell. You see it kind of like spark and glow with every syllable, but you hear, leaves are my favorites. Big, juicy leaves.
Big juicy leaves coming right up. If there's any in Ryland's pile, he's gonna try to mage hand steal them. Otherwise, he'll.
There's 100% big juicy leaves in Ryland's pile.
Ryland's smack it. Oh wait, he can't see it. He's gonna see the leaves moving, I guess, and he's just gonna try to swat it. Like, no, that's from my guy.
So as petty tactics are happening around, Nirja, if you'd like, we could do your last grab fall if you want. We can save this for next session if you're dying.
Yeah, I really hit a wall.
I saw. It's okay. Don't worry. But with the energy high and with everybody having a really good time, I think this is a good time for us to call it. So we will kind of wrap up the festival fun next session. But why don't you guys go ahead and whisper me your votes for your who will get inspiration for next session, and then you'll find out what's going on. Also, just for like scheduling, we're back on Monday for our Task Team M, which is supposed to be the last episode, but I'm a little worried about timing. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Not the next one, but it should be coming up soon at least. And then we're off for Legacy on Friday, and Saturday I'm fairly certain we're off as well, just because we want to give everyone time with their family.
Thanksgiving.
So we might be back for Task Team M next Monday, but that's probably that's if it doesn't finish. And we will see what's going on. And just in general, I'm just kind of filling the space while we wait for votes to come in. We normally have like a 1/2 shot during the holidays, being like near Christmassy and stuff. So we might be doing something like that. If you're on our Discord servers, you'll probably hear us talk about it. And if you want to hop in,
Talk about it.
probably talk about it. But yeah, we'll figure out how it goes and who's getting what. I have gotten 2 votes in the time it has taken me to yammer. So I'm gonna need some more, guys.
Don't forget
This
the
episode brought to you
raids.
by Valen cheating.
Oh my god.
There's magic for every possible
Yup.
situation.
We have the one-shot snail team 6. It's just the snails. Okay, that's amazing.
Oh my God. Are they like metal as fuck? Like they're just like putting on a facade right now, and then like you go out, they're like, "All right, buddy, you get objected, Charlie. We're gonna get ready to take."
Oh, and the snails are like running a heist to get some leaves or something.
Yeah.
And they talk in that super deep, gritty voice. And like, "All right, we're gonna fucking do
Oh
this thing."
my god.
And they hide all of their weapons in their shells.
Starts the mother load. Ready to go in. Ready to get this seized.
Hold on, just double checking. Oh my god, fuck you, Maya. Oh god. Okay.
Fuck you, my did.
Every time.
Bogley, roll me a 1d2, please.
Okay. Fuck.
That's a coin.
That is indeed a coin.
Did I do it?
You sure did. And all right, don't laugh at me, bananas. Congratulations. out of a 1 and a 2, I figured you'd be the lower roll. So you're the
Yay!
He is maintaining the presidency.
I
one.
did it.
Congratulations to Nirja and Valen. The two of you have inspiration for our next session, wherever that may be. So stick around. We're gonna go raid somebody. I will find out who that is in just a moment. We will figure that out.
Excuse me.
I'm thinking of visiting.
While we're figuring that out, Joe, when are you DMing? You have amazing story ideas.
He's not a huge
I need to
fan.
see
He talked
this.
about it before.
Yeah. Although I do want to see more Humblewood, though, Flandy, if you are up to it.
Yeah,
I'm always looking for more humbles.
Flandy, a 1 shot of or 3 shot of some snails doing some snaily things.
Snaily.
The one shot. Hey, you know, that might actually work for a 1 shot, right? That's got to be at least 3 shot for snail time.
Oh, no.
There you go.
No, get out of here. We're gonna go to our good friends Insomnia Knight because
Yeah.
he's great people and he's been shouting us out a lot lately, and we gotta show the love back too. So if you're not already, make sure you're following him. Like the whole
Yeah, they're great. They're absolutely great.
So we're gonna get over there.
I was
thank
already
you.
in there.
Okay, great. We're gonna go there. Thanks for being here, guys.
Randy, when we go on the Wumble Hood.
We'll see you Monday. Bye.
The Rumble and the Humble.